Phoenix and Charles will win it in Game 7.
Meantime, if you're scoring at home, Grant Hill 0 for 2 on the evening, picking Phoenix to close it out tonight, and I think for Chicago to make it a Game 7. How surprised are you the Bulls are out of the picture now?
Well, I'm very surprised, and it's kind of unusual. You're used to seeing Michael Jordan play in the finals, and he won't be there. But you have to give credit to Orlando. They played a great game, and of course, Horace was hurt, but other players stepped up. Penny had a great first half, and Nick Anderson and Shaquille, of course, had great second halves, and they deserved to win, and now they got to face the winner of the Knicks Pacers.
All right, that's the story tonight. We're just getting warm, though, folks. Next on TNT, the Spurs and the Lakers. It's Game 6 from the Great Western Forum. But first, we'll take you back to the Summit after this break to Gary Bender and Dick Versace.
In the heat of the night's new home is TNT.
You know, the hardest part about leasing a vehicle these days is reading the conditions of the lease. I mean, you have to be a speed reader. Whoa. Let's see what we missed. Okay, it says here, for $19.99 down, you can lease a Trooper LS with standard dual airbags for just $339 a month. And when the lease is up, you can bring the Trooper back or buy it at a really good price. And this is the all-important 800 number. So even if you're not a speed reader, you can always be a speed dialer.
在雷將高當地當地咩嘅？就咩會計 computer， 要除了毛病。你檢查過 confidence 登話嘛？我拍過字樣電話，也是無效啊。你知無？我推過 IBM 嘅資料，他們領導電話裡幫你查出唔對，就將毛病處理好啊。真好啊，打電話對啊。
Something about my hat that makes me feel mellow. When I wear it, I just want to chill. Some teams think I should wear it, even when I play. Get real.
Logo Athletic, authentic NBA licensed products. The NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by Beechwood Aged Budweiser, for a taste you'll find in no other beer at any price. It's always been true. This Bud's for you. And by Isuzu, makers of incredible four-wheel drives, including the Isuzu Rodeo, Amigo, and the remarkably luxurious Isuzu Trooper.
The Houston Rockets win it 116-103, and they forced a Game 7 in America West Arena in Phoenix, and they stave off their 7th straight elimination game. Coming up next on TNT, the Spurs and Lakers. The Spurs leading that series 3-2. For Dick Versace and Nicole Watson, I'm Gary Bender saying so long from Houston. You've been watching the NBA on TNT.
This has been a presentation of Turner Sports.
Now one U.S. airline flies totally smoke-free worldwide. Delta Airlines.
Sam used every wall in the house for a backboard.
He looks just like me anyway, so I think he got that from me.
That's my boy! He can do that maneuvering and get by.
I like to see Kenny when he steals it. He can steal a ball. Ow! 58 feet out. Swish.
He makes me feel 10 feet tall just to talk about him.
Kenny would get it.
Guess he got it from his mama.
100%
100% cotton, wrinkle-free Dockers. Pants so soft, they shrug off wrinkles.
In a few weeks, this shipment of the hottest, coolest, newest footwear will be arriving at every athletic shoe store in America.
Except one, Foot Locker. Why? Because Foot Locker's already got it. Hey, if you're looking for the latest stuff, why go someplace that gets it late? Foot Locker gets it faster, so you get it faster. Because life's too short to wait too long. Look for the new Nike Catawba at the place that's got them right now. It's the only place that will ever have them. Foot Locker.
Hoop Dreams. The movie is now a critically acclaimed book. Through triumph.
He jams it home!
I think I may have seen the next Isaiah Thomas.
Through tears.
All I ever dreamed about was playing in the NBA.
Take a closer look at two boys' struggle to leave the inner city for college and their dreams of the NBA. With an introduction by Charles Barkley. Hoop Dreams, now in bookstores.
Surrender isn't peace.
From executive producer Francis Ford Coppola.
I am Tecumseh.
We are surrounded by white men.
If he weren't an Indian, he could be a Caesar.
All their hopes rode with him into battle.
And a strong heart, brother!
Born to lead, determined to triumph. Tecumseh, the last warrior.
They don't cry for us. We are free.
World premiere Sunday, June 4th, only on TNT, the best movie studio on television.
On Tuesday night, with just 10 seconds remaining in regulation, Nick Van Exel hit that three-pointer to send the game into overtime. And then coming from behind in the overtime, despite that miss by Eldon Campbell, the rebound comes to Vlade Divac, back out to Nick Van Exel with just a half-second remaining. That basket seals the victory for the Los Angeles Lakers and sends it back to the Great Western Forum for Game 6 in the Western Conference Semifinals between the Lakers and the San Antonio Spurs. Hi, everybody. Along with Pete Van Wieren, this is Chuck Daly. Along with Chuck Daly, this is Pete Van Wieren. Who's excited? Welcoming you to Los Angeles for tonight's Game 6 in the series between the San Antonio Spurs and the Los Angeles Lakers. And Chuck, a lot of emotion riding on the Lakers side right now. A home court advantage. Is this the kind of thing that can carry this team all the way through a series?
Well, I think so. They're a very emotional club. They're very young. They're the youngest team in the league, which we've documented time after time. But they're going to need a little bit more in emotion tonight. They're going to have to play through the emotion of the Spurs.
Yeah, the emotion is going to be one thing going. It's obviously going to be in the Lakers' favor tonight with this huge crowd, and this city is really excited about this series. But they're going to have to get a couple of players to step up if they want to beat the Spurs again.
Yeah, one in particular, Cedric Ceballos. In the 3 games they've lost, he's been 7, 2, and 7. In the other 2 games, he's averaged over 20 points a game. And frankly, he is going to have a big game. That's a constant theme throughout the series, and he's got to get enough field goal attempts.
For the San Antonio Spurs, who would love to wrap it up tonight, Bob Hill said he's been very pleased with the shots they're taking. They're just not making too many of them. But again, this team right now riding the shoulders of one player, David Robinson.
Yeah, that's their offense. Go to David, go to David, go to David. And look at this, 123 attempts. Sean Elliott next with 74. That allows the Lakers to point their defense at David Robinson. And some of these other people are going to have to start connecting in the Forum.
We've already had one series go to a Game 7 tonight. Will there be another one? The Lakers trying to keep this one going. The San Antonio Spurs trying to move on to the next round. Coming up next, Ernie Johnson back at our Atlanta studios, and we'll be back in LA for all the action.
The NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by Beechwood Aged Budweiser. For a taste you'll find in no other beer at any price. It's always been true. This Bud's for you. By Isuzu, makers of incredible four-wheel drives, including the Isuzu Rodeo, Amigo, and the remarkably luxurious Isuzu Trooper. And by IBM, solutions for a small planet.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
The new Trooper Limited from Isuzu is thoughtfully equipped with stuff like dual airbags and extra skid plates, so that you're always prepared no matter where you go.
You may already be a $10 million winner.
Even if it's just down to the corner and back.
Timex Indiglo Nightlight. No woman should be without one.
In a few weeks, this shipment of the hottest, coolest, newest footwear will be arriving at every athletic shoe store in America.
Except one, Foot Locker. Why? Because Foot Locker's already got it. Hey, if you're looking for the latest stuff, why go someplace that gets it late? Foot Locker gets it faster, so you get it faster. Because life's too short to wait too long. Look for the new Nike Catawba at the place that's got them right now. It's the only place that will ever have them. Foot Locker.
Every year, more than 17 million cars are entrusted to the experience of Jiffy Lube. More than 17 million cars are entrusted to the experience of Jiffy Lube, and Jiffy Lube offers Pennzoil. Jiffy Lube, the world's most experienced oil changers. That's why if it doesn't say Jiffy Lube, it just isn't Jiffy Lube.
All right, Ernie Johnson back at you from our Atlanta studios. Spurs and Lakers coming up next on TNT. Earlier tonight on TBS, how about this? The Orlando Magic eliminate the Chicago Bulls 108-102 is the final. It was a 14-0 run to end the game by the Magic. Nick Anderson for 3. Nick Anderson stop and pop for 2, just wearing out Tony Kukoc down the stretch. And then Michael Jordan with the drive. Great D by the Magic. They clog things up. Michael's up in the air trying to get rid of it to Luke Longley, and that's not going to work. The turnover. And Horace Grant and the Magic are through to the Eastern Conference Final. 108-102, they eliminate the Bulls in 6. Shaquille O'Neal, 27 points and 13 rebounds as the Orlando Magic advance. Also tonight, the Houston Rockets. There will be a Game 7 against the Phoenix Suns at America West on Saturday, 116-103. The Rockets winners over the Suns. Olajuwon had 30 points. Charles Barkley had 27 points in the first half, but only 7 in the second half. Which brings us now to the Spurs and the Lakers, Game 6. And will there be a Game 7 here, or will the Spurs take care of business tonight? Grant Hill, I'm almost afraid to ask. Who do you think is going to win this one tonight?
Well, seeing as though I'm 0 for 2, I think the Spurs will take care of business, and I think they'll win it tonight.
They'll have to do it in a hostile environment at the Great Western Forum, and by the look in your eye, you disagree, sir?
I think so. Since Grant is going with San Antonio, he's 0-2, I'm going to go with the young Lakers.
Jason Kidd trying to go 3 for 3 on the evening. It's the Spurs and the Lakers coming up next. And let's set the table with some Jesse James. What do you say? Enjoy it, folks.
NBA playoffs go! Who got the fever? We got the fever! The NBA! On TNT!
You could say it's becoming a trend. Nick Van Exel does it once again. His game-winning shot went swish. Now it's off to LA for game number 6. San Antonio is quickly seen. There's a little bit of magic in the Laker team. We're getting ready in control room C. Playoff fever on TNT.
Playoffs go! You're beautiful. You're everything I ever wanted.
If you love your car, what you put on it should be more than just a wax. New Zymol Natural Liquid Auto Polish protects your finish with beeswax and shines with rare Brazilian carnauba. Safe, naturally derived ingredients, so pure, powerful, perfect.
Oh, so beautiful.
New Zymol Natural Liquid Auto Polish.
I keep having this dream. I can feel every turn, every move, every spin. It's wild. Then I wake up. Sea-Doo. Hold on to your dreams and hold on tight.
Everybody's doing it. Sea-Doo. Sea-Doo.
You remember Nick, your son Nick? One like this? Yeah. That's just a little crazy move.
And they bend your knees, Glenn, outside, inside. I have seen them do it all.
Oh, Joyce, you know you can do it. You say you taught him everything. You know that?
It's a no-look pass. Anybody can do it.
Do it again for me, please.
Just do that.
He would just bounce the ball everywhere.
Nicky's nonchalant. Very cool. He said, Ma, I finally did it.
Welcome back to the Great Western Forum. Game 6 just about to get underway here. Joining us is our courtside reporter tonight, once again, Warren Moon.
None of these 17,000 fans here in the Forum or anybody else in the Los Angeles area expected the Lakers to be back here for a Game 6. But here we are for Game 6 again as the Lakers, with another last-second victory the other night in San Antonio, are bringing us back here. There's a lot of renewed interest here in the Los Angeles area because of the enthusiasm created by this young Laker team, as you'll witness here tonight. The Spurs definitely didn't want to come back here for Game 6. Doc Rivers told me, I like to come to LA, I love visiting here, but I'd rather come in the summer on my own time. Look for great defensive pressure at the beginning of the game tonight. I think the defensive intensity by both the Spurs and the Lakers are going to be the key for what team gets out of the box the fastest. We should have a great contest tonight. Back to you, Vern.
Okay, thank you, Warren. Our starting matchups: Elliott, Rodman, Robinson, Del Negro, and Johnson for San Antonio. Ceballos, Campbell, Divac, Peeler, and Van Exel for the Lakers. And maybe a couple of interesting switches in those matchups, Chuck.
Yeah, earlier today, Bob Hill indicated he's going to put Rodman on Divac, and he's going to put Robinson on Campbell to try a little bit different look.
Well, we're just about set to get underway. There's Bob Hill. He's very confident in his ball club and confident that for the first time in their history, the Spurs can win back-to-back playoff series, but he wants to wrap it up tonight. Del Harris also very confident in his ball club. He said, this ball club of mine just keeps surprising me for such a young team.
Yeah, he's very happy with this club. I felt in San Antonio they were on a death watch, but they feel so much better, and they've gone so much further than they expected since the beginning of the year, and here they are in a big, big game in the Forum.
Our officials tonight, Hugh Hollins, Bernie Fryer, and Dan Crawford, and we are underway, and the Lakers a chance to get on the board first. Let's see if Cedric Ceballos can get it going tonight. He'll take the first shot, come up empty. And the rebound controlled by the Spurs. Robinson off to Avery Johnson.
So often they talk about the Spurs and they say, how goes this club? How goes Avery Johnson in distributing the ball?
And the mismatch with Divac coming out to help. Down to 6 seconds on the shot clock. Del Negro will take the Spurs first shot, in and out. Offensive board put back by Rodman.
Rodman doing what he does best. He hung around in the lane, and that time, instead of tipping it, taking it out, he puts it back up. He senses what a big game this is and needs the baskets.
Ceballos are trying to get the ball in his hand to get him going early. Vlade Divac over Robinson. Rodman, his second rebound. Off to Avery Johnson. Spurs on the run. Van Exel back nicely on Johnson. It comes back out to Rodman. Sean Elliott, Ceballos on him. Elliott will fire away from 18 feet. He's on the board.
And the Spurs bench is up because they like to see Elliott involved. He's been up and down, shooting about 35% for this series.
Lakers still looking for their first points of the night. Can this man give it to him? He's wide left. Eldon Campbell comes away with it in the corner. They get it back in Nick Van Exel's hands. Van Exel trying to get around Avery Johnson, and Avery Johnson reaching in commits the first foul of the night.
Yeah, they tried to trap that pick and roll, and Van Exel just split it, got inside, forced the foul on Avery Johnson.
Back into Nick Van Exel. Only hit 2 3-point baskets that entire game on Tuesday night, but what a time he picked for him. They had a foul call before the shot attempt.
It looks to me like the officials are setting a tone for this particular game. They know it's a big game, and they're calling it very, very tough.
Then it comes to Divac, back to Van Exel. Looking down low for Campbell. Rodman on him. He sends it across to Anthony Peeler. Peeler dishing out to Divac. Divac will take it. He comes up short. Ball over the backboard, out of bounds. Once again, San Antonio will get it back.
Yeah, that time
the Lakers have come up empty.
Yeah, Eldon Campbell has it in the post-up, turns and faces, and doesn't make a move to the basket. The objective is when you post him up, get him the ball, let him go to work. He throws it cross court, ends up in Divac's hand, long, settling jump. jumper.
Lakers now 0 for 4 from the field. Del Negro a little strong with his shot, and on the rebound, we're going to have a loose ball foul call.
Ceballos pushing off, Rodman getting inside position. And Vinny Del Negro, who has struggled and not gotten consistent minutes, feels like he has to make something happen to get minutes. And that was a shot that was a little questionable.
Now Robinson in a clear out with Divac. There's the help from Campbell. Robinson forcing the shot. Another put back by Dennis Rodman, who has scored 4 points and picked off 3 rebounds already in the early minutes.
They'll have to put a body on him if they're going to stop him. And then Campbell bangs him on the other end hard, coming down for his position.
They kick it back outside to Van Exel going inside. Almost losing control of the ball. Now he does. Rodman got a hand on it last though before it went out of bounds. Ball still belongs to the Lakers. 9 seconds left to shoot.
Here's Robinson's off-balance shot, but nobody even close to Dennis Rodman. If he's going to have his way like that, he'll come up with about 10 or 15 offensive rebounds.
Ceballos posted up, draws the double into Divac, and Robinson left Divac. That left him free for the first Laker points of the night.
Good execution. Cutting down the lane, kicking the ball back out. Good drive by Divac.
San Antonio by 4. David Robinson over Campbell. Wouldn't go. You see Rodman coming in there, but Campbell will pull away this board. Off to Nick Van Exel. Van Exel trying to beat Avery Johnson in the paint over Robinson. No, tipped by Elliott Campbell. And the Lakers are back within 2. Sean Elliott all the way to the baseline. Stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, trying to force the one-on-one action. He feels like he can beat Ceballos, but that time stepped on the line.
And Van Exel walks it down for the Lakers. Neither team has shot well in this series. The Spurs only 41%, the Lakers only 39%. So any team that gets a hot hand going could walk away with this one. We're tied at 6. The Lakers have run off 6 straight. Nick Van Exel's first 2.
Yeah, one of the toughest shots in basketball, and at a young age to have that kind of touch and feel, to loft it up there over the top. And Avery's going to come back and prove he can do it.
David Robinson with the stuff gets his first 2 of the night. San Antonio up by 2 again. 8 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. Nick Van Exel, young in years, but wise and savvy. Del Harris, very impressed with the way he has contributed for only a second-year player. There's another rebound for Robinson off to Avery Johnson. Robinson's picked off 3 boards. Nice feed underneath to Sean Elliott. Great defense by Eldon Campbell and Anthony Peeler.
One of the things you don't want to believe about the Lakers is that you can get to the basket. They've got 2 7-footers, and they come with another 7-footer. He thinks he's free, but they do a great job, and that time, actually, it was Peeler helping out.
Del Negro getting away from Peeler, puts up the shot, rolls around, and there he is again. Dennis Rodman, 6 points, all on offensive rebounds.
San Antonio, 8 of their first 10 points on second chances.
And that's going to cause the Lakers to call a timeout here with 7:39 remaining, and Dennis Rodman has been the early story as the Spurs have taken a 4-point lead.
You want to make you want to make a living in this league without scoring? Just do that.
The NBA playoffs on TNT. Tomorrow, Game 6. And there's a storm brewing in Indiana as New York tries to even the series.
Not in my house.
Knicks Pacers tomorrow at 8 on TNT.
Son of a gun protectant. Nothing works better on your car's leather, vinyl, and rubber. It can turn just about anything into a great-looking car.
Nice car. What, this pile of junk?
Give it the gun with Son of a Gun. And now give your tires a quick kick with One-Step Tire Care.
When the ball goes up, you have a choice. You can watch or you can rebound. Understand that the ball won't come to you. You gotta go get it. You gotta want it more than anyone else on the court. It takes heart, it takes sacrifice, it takes the willingness to do whatever your team needs, because you cannot win without the ball.
Sunday, triggered by anger and hate, tragedy explodes in the heartland.
Was the bombing in Oklahoma City the product of homegrown terrorism? Crime, hatred. CNN presents Sunday, 9 Eastern.
The Los Angeles Lakers are going to have to shore up their defensive rebounding. There's Rodman tipping one in. Here you'll see him do it again. He is unmolested. You've almost got to face guard him in order to keep him on the offensive board. And if they keep allowing this, he in fact can do this whole business himself. 4 offensive rebounds and 3 for Rodman on 7 misses.
Well, you saw a moment ago there that he's matched the Lakers' point total. He's also out-rebounded the Lakers team. He's got 4 of the Lakers' 3 in the early going here in the first quarter. 7:39 remaining. And it's Lakers ball as play resumes. It'll be inbounded to Nick Van Exel. Spurs doing a good job keeping the ball out of the hands of Cedric Ceballos. They go inside to Elden Campbell. 4 points for Campbell.
And that's where they have to go to score. He's been the big gun for them the whole series on his post-ups.
San Antonio by 2. Elliott in the paint. Going inside, gets the roll. Sean Elliott gets his 4th point.
A beautiful curl move. They hit him in the middle of the lane. He just kept it going. Great finger roll.
Van Exel down low to Peeler. In the paint it goes to Elden Campbell. He got fouled before the shot. Sean Elliott is first. Orlando is in the conference finals. And they go to a game 7, Phoenix and Houston. That one will return to Phoenix. The alley-oop. Thrown away. Del Negro to Avery Johnson. And a double dribble call against Avery Johnson.
Yeah, Avery Johnson had numbers. He got in the lane, couldn't make a decision on where to go with it because they kind of clustered together rather than staying wide and spotting up. And he made a boo-boo.
Well, the Lakers get it back, a chance to cut into the 4-point San Antonio lead. Down low, Vlade Divac, Robinson on him. They swing it around to Peeler. Looking low for Campbell, Rodman right there with him. Elden Campbell, the jumper over Dennis Rodman, his 5th rebound of the quarter. Off to Avery Johnson. Seconds left in the shot clock. Sean Elliott, that's a 3 if it goes. The battle for the boards between Divac and Rodman. And it still belongs to San Antonio.
Yeah, Rodman thought he got fouled on the play, but Divac swatted him almost across the head.
6 minutes remaining in this first quarter.
They went to an early pick and roll and wasn't comfortable with it. Finally got to Robinson. He swung it weak side.
And then looks down to David Robinson. Robinson, the double team and a steal by Cedric Ceballos. Ceballos off to Nick Van Exel. Van Exel in the paint. Move comes up short. Rebound out of bounds. Still belongs to, still does belong to the Lakers.
On that previous move, he's got a shot right here. Divac is worried about him beating him as he backs in. Divac makes a great play from behind, and they get the steal. Here's the steal from behind.
Fresh 24 on the clock for the Lakers as Divac runs into Robinson. Ceballos loses his footing, and he's going to call a timeout as he was about to lose the basketball. With 5:32 to go in this opening quarter, in San Antonio leading it by 4. Once again, the offensive boards of the San Antonio Spurs, the difference in this game right now.
Yeah.
And as we look at what's happened in this series, it has been a lot of unpredictable things. Start out with game 1. That's the kind of game San Antonio expected in this series. David Robinson leading the way in a fairly comfortable victory. Game 2, Dennis Rodman comes to life. 22 points, 22 rebounds. Game 3, the Lakers get a big night out of Ceballos. That's what they need tonight if they want to stay in this thing. Game 4, without Dennis Rodman, the Spurs still out-defense the Lakers. And then in Game 5, those incredible baskets by Nick Van Exel with time running out in the 4th quarter and time running out in overtime. Getting him here to a Game 6 at the Forum. They're going to work on Rodman. Campbell lost the ball, got it back, got the basket. Eldon Campbell has scored 6 of the Lakers' 10 points.
He's got a size advantage, and they're going to keep pouring the ball into that low post. See what he can do with Rodman.
Del Negro around the Rodman pick. Beeler stays on him. Del Negro eludes him. Now kicks it over in the corner to Elliott. Back outside Avery Johnson with Ceballos coming at him. The shot is strong, and as they battle for the rebound, a foul is going to be called against the Lakers. Loose ball foul. Correction, it's going to go against San Antonio. Second foul on Rodman.
And they're going to probably go right at him. You would think they would and try to pick up a quick foul, but they're going away.
Van Exel works on Johnson again.
They made the switch. They put Robinson on Campbell.
Eldon Campbell. Doesn't matter right now. Eldon Campbell has hit 4 out of 5 from the field, 8 points.
Yeah, he jumped from 12.5 in the regular season to 18.2 in the postseason, mostly because he's become a post-up player under Del Harris.
So we are tied at 12. Just over 4 minutes remaining, opening quarter. Down low, the Admiral has had a quiet quarter until now. That's just his 4-point.
When he gets that kind of post-up position and they go topside, it's going to be very easy for him to score. L.A., all 12 of its points basically in the paint, with Campbell coming off of the paint just a hair on some occasions.
Peeler over the double team. Baseline J goes for Anthony Peeler. His first 2. Tied again at 14. Del Negro open in the corner. Can't get the jumper to fall. Robinson had a hand on it. Elliott gets it back. Ceballos comes away with it. And the Lakers a chance now to grab the lead for the first time in this game. Peeler trying to shake free of Del Negro. No. Rodman rebound number 6 in the opening quarter. Avery Johnson, no look to Elliott. Sean Elliott short. Robinson the rebound and a whistle.
Here's a case of, watch Robinson right here establish. He sets the screen for Vinny Del Negro. Now he's got him topside. If they take the ball south and get him the ball there, Divac has no chance to stop him defensively.
That last foul called against Anthony Peeler of the Lakers is first. Oh, David Robinson, a perfect feed for his 6th point.
And you better be a superb athlete and be 7'2" to boot if you're going to make that play.
Not many around that can do that. 2-point lead for the Spurs once again. A little over 3 minutes to go opening quarter. Van Exel has a step when he gets that move to the left on Johnson, but he has not been able to get the shot to fall for him. Now Avery Johnson on the other end trying to get around Ceballos. The tip by Sean Elliott. Who are they going to give the basket to?
Avery Johnson did a heck of a job of going up and under, using the rim for protection. Could have gone up left, might have got it broken.
They're going to say that Johnson got that to fall without Elliott's help. So give Avery his first 2 of the night as the Spurs back up by 4. Divac picks it back outside. Ceballos can't get one to fall. Another rebound for David Robinson. He has 5 boards in his first quarter. Avery Johnson trying to open up the Spurs' biggest lead of the night here. 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Johnson down to 8 seconds on the shot clock. Rodman baseline pass all the way to Elliott in the corner for 3. Sean Elliott hits the game's first 3-pointer, and maybe he's coming to life for San Antonio. That's 7 points for him.
Well, they certainly need it. He has struggled, shooting 35% for this series, 46 on a regular season.
Now Anthony Peeler puts an end to a 7-point San Antonio run.
Anthony Peeler's been playing extremely well over the last 4 games. In fact, it's making it very difficult to get Jones in the game. What kind of pass?
Checked into the game, called for the foul. And a timeout call here by San Antonio.
Every year, the people of North Africa bear witness to the grueling Paris-Dakar Rally. Last year, we took first place in the marathon class. And what we learned, we put into this year's model. The differences are subtle, but if you look closely, we think you'll notice. The Trooper Limited from Isuzu.
Nobody knows great playoff moments like TNT. No team in NBA history had won more championships than the Boston Celtics. In the '93 playoffs, however, they faced early elimination from a pesky young expansion team, the Charlotte Hornets. After losing a heartbreaker in double overtime in Boston, the Celtics, down by a game, clung to a 1-point lead in the closing seconds of Game 4. If they could avoid the Hornets' sting, the series would return to Boston. With 3.3 seconds left, Charlotte's Del Curry threw an inbounds pass to rookie Alonzo Mourning. Somewhere between the sound of the net and the jubilation of the Charlotte crowd was an ancient Celtic scream echoing to the rafters back in Boston, while the Hornets celebrated their first ever playoff victory. Nobody knows when great moments are going to happen, so stick with TNT for extensive playoff coverage. The playoffs continue on TNT.
This program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
This is a set play. Look right here. You've got two guys that jumped out, forced Avery to back out. Watch what happens. He throws back, finally gets the ball to Rodman. Hold it right there. But look here. Wide open. Who's he going to go to? Bang. Here he goes, corner. We get the three.
And San Antonio now with a 5-point lead, 1:51 remaining in this first quarter. Nobody's gone to the free throw line yet. Dennis Rodman is on rebound the Lakers. So for that matter is David Robinson, who has 5. Elliott, Person, Robinson, Rodman, and Johnson for San Antonio. Ceballos, Van Exel, Peeler, Campbell, and Divac. Same 5 at the start of the game for the Lakers.
One of the things that Bob Hill has to be concerned about, Rodman's 2 fouls. They're going to go at him again.
Divac's taking it right over Dennis Rodman. Couldn't get the roll. Rodman the rebound. He has 7 first quarter rebounds.
Here's the same play again. Rodman's going to set the pick.
There it is. They get the ball back to Dennis Rodman, but a whistle and an illegal defense call. The first of the night against the Lakers. And now J.R. Reed is going to check into the game for San Antonio. Dennis Rodman takes a seat with 2 fouls.
Rodman's advising Elliott, stay out of there. Keep your spot up position.
Peeler bats it out. Chuck Person will inbound it again. 19 in the shot clock. Sam Bowie is going to check in now for Vlade Divac.
Chuck Person's a guy in this series who has not had a big series, shooting 41%, but he's a guy that needs to play in the game to get 3-point shots. He's a 3-point shooter and to get in some kind of rhythm.
He'll inbound it to J.R. Reed, who had some big rebounds in that overtime period on Tuesday night, but the Lakers able to win despite that. And another illegal D and a technical foul.
Yeah, they're really struggling with it. That screen and roll on the wing, and you start changing the angles, and you get anxious on the weak side. They've got to get it corrected. Not bad, though. As a coach, you say to yourself, hey, I just soon have him be in there. Now we're going to give up 1 point if he makes the shot. But I got my guys thinking about weak side defense.
Sean Elliott will shoot the technical. He has 7 points on the night, including 1 3-point basket. First trip to the free throw line for either side tonight. And that's 8 points for Elliott during the stoppage of the clock. Eddie Jones has checked in for the Lakers, as has George Lynch. San Antonio up now by 6. Chuck Person around and out. Rebound. Battle 4 off the Lakers. Eldon Campbell and George Lynch both had hands on it.
Yeah, they're fighting each other for the rebound, and you hate to see that if you're the coach of the Lakers because they had a clear rebound. And Person got a good look that time. He worked well off the screen and got a good shot. Just can't get anything to go down.
San Antonio has out-rebounded the Lakers in this first quarter, 13-4. Sean Elliott baseline. Rebound pulled away by Eldon Campbell. That's his 4th board. He's got almost all of the Laker rebounds that they've been able to come up with. Eddie Jones, a real favorite of the fans here at the Great Western Forum. Closing in on the 30-second mark. Campbell, a size disadvantage on J.R. Reed, takes advantage of it. He has scored 10 of the Lakers' 18 points.
And a terrific offensive move. Faked left, went right, got a step away, cleared himself, and made a big shot.
Lakers trying to make a late run here at the end of the first quarter. Eddie Jones will stop and fire over Person. No, rebound David Robinson. He has 6 boards. And the Spurs will play for a final first quarter shot. Van Exel ties up Avery Johnson. They had a foul to give. It's only the 3rd whistle against the Lakers in this entire quarter.
Yeah, Nick Van Exel taking the foul, but and he's the guy that doesn't get into deep foul trouble, so he can afford to do it.
Played all 53 minutes on Tuesday night, did Van Exel. And it comes to Reed. J.R. Reed over Campbell. Gets it to go as we get to the closing moments of quarter number 1. Bowie will launch one. It will not count. Didn't go anyway, but the San Antonio Spurs 24-18 over the Lakers in quarter number 1. Dennis Rodman, the Worm, came to play. He out-rebounded the Lakers all by himself.
TNT Saturday Nitro shatters all boundaries, pressure, altitude, and attitude. Get ready to puncture the Earth's atmosphere. Saturday, watch Into the Sun at 10, followed by Blue Tornado and Neon City on TNT Saturday Nitro.
Experience the anticipation, the hope, the promise. June 28th is the date when dreams come true. The NBA Draft, live from Toronto, Wednesday, June 28th on TNT.
I got a 1985 Saab 900 Turbo. It's got 147,000 miles. I've had it for 9.5 years. I've done its maintenance. I use Pennzoil every 3,000 miles religiously.
Now with the revolutionary Penn-Star molecule, Pennzoil clings to moving parts, works like liquid ball bearings.
Using Pennzoil every 3,000 miles, it'll keep me right up to par.
Engine problems? Before you try a tune-up, try Gum Out first. The solution could be less than $5.
Son of a Gun Protectant. Nothing works better on your car's leather, vinyl, and rubber. It can turn just about anything into a great-looking car.
Nice car. What, this pile of junk?
Give it the gun. STP Son of a Gun. And now clean your toughest tasks with Citrus Scent Cleaner Degreaser.
Along with Chuck Daly, Pete Van Weren welcoming you back to the Great Western Forum. Spurs leading at 24-18 after 1. And Chuck, you mentioned at the outset how important it might be for the Lakers tonight to get Cedric Ceballos more involved in their offense. In the games where he has been involved, they've won him. In the games where he hasn't been, they've lost him. And so far tonight, he hasn't been.
No, he's only gotten 2 attempts. They've looked him off a couple of times, but he's got to get involved. They need his scoring, although Campbell's picked it up, but not enough.
Right now, Doc Rivers is checked in at the point, replacing Avery Johnson. So it's Rivers, Del Negro, Reed, Robinson, and Elliott.
There the Lakers went to that little trap that they used in the previous game so successfully, but the Spurs spent some time on it, handled it very well right there.
Biggest lead of the night for San Antonio after J.R. Reed's 4th point. 26-18, Spurs by 8. Lynch from outside. Lakers need somebody to get a hot hand. They had a long drought in the 4th quarter of game 5. Before Van Exel bailed him out. San Antonio, a very good road team. You can't let them get up too big.
Right now,
Robinson 8 points.
Yeah, they've got Bowie on David Robinson. They ought to look at him facing because he can beat Bowie off the dribble, as we saw there, even though he stumbled a little bit on the first move.
8 points for the Admirals. Spurs lead it by 8, and Vlade Divac is going to check back in with the next dead ball. And here it is.
David Robinson, his first, reaching over the top from the inside.
Divac's coming in for Campbell. So Eldon Campbell has been the majority of the Lakers offense with 5 of 6 from the field, 10 points.
gets his first breather of the night. Lynch trying to get it inside the Divac, and the Lakers turn the ball over.
Yeah, when you get in compressed quarters like that and try to make a pass in the interior of the defense, it gets very tough to handle. You just don't have enough spacing.
Spurs trying to open up a double-digit lead here, get it inside to Doc Rivers, and the veteran comes up empty on the jumper, rebound pulled away. Van Exel bringing it down. And a very quiet first half for him so far. Chuck Person, and away from the ball, a whistle from Hugh Hollins.
Well, that's not a matchup that Bob Hill wants. Yeah. I thought on the previous play, Doc Rivers had a good post-up position. He just hurried the shot. They tell me the other night Dennis's hair ran a little bit. I don't know if you weren't here, but you know his beard also is dyed, and it ran on the towel.
And he jumps over Del Negro. Robinson another rebound. Outlet to Del Negro. Lynch on him. Van Exel also back. Del Negro makes him pay anyway. First basket of the night for Vinny Del Negro. Spurs now up by 10. And this crowd now trying to get the Lakers back in it.
The Spurs taking the crowd out of it. And Vinny Del Negro very aggressive tonight offensively.
In a series like this, in a game like this, very important if you can, if you're a road team, to take the crowd out of the game. Your Pistons team used to be great at that, Chuck, to the tempo.
Yeah, it really helps if you could control it and really get the crowd out of it.
Del Negro again comes up empty, and as they battle for the rebound, a loose ball foul is going to be called against San Antonio.
Here's Vinny Del Negro. Look at this. Sprinting out, taking the ball down, pulls up because he doesn't feel he can beat him. Lynch, and he backs off, bang, scores it.
Coming in June, the true story of an American hero, Tecumseh.
What could possibly be as precise as the tolerances within one of the finest Swiss watches available? How about some of the tolerances within the engine and suspension of one of the finest automobiles available? The newest Lexus ES 300. Let others follow.
Weeknights and Saturdays at 7 on TNT.
You and your shotgun are not the voice of this town.
He's got an eye for trouble.
You're walking home tonight. Come on.
An ear for the truth.
Can't be good news at this hour of night.
And a gentle touch when it's needed.
I do declare.
Carol O'Connor is the chief of police.
Well, don't look surprised. You know what I'm going to do.
With a heart of gold. Every weeknight, every Saturday night at 7, in the heat of the night's new home, is TNT.
In June, 252,000 guys will get married, and about 21,546,000 buddies will be forced to attend. TNT ain't having it. We vow to honor you with a fabulous Father's Day salute. Respect your love for cop movies with TNT PD. Obey your need for space with the Outer Limits Marathon. And we won't forsake the truth in the true life TNT original Tecumseh. So get hits to your TV for I Do June on TNT.
I'm here with the Executive of the Year, General Manager Jerry West. Jerry, you've got to feel proud of the way this team has played this year and the success that they've had thus far.
You know, Warren, it's really been a fun, exciting year, and I think it kind of came from nowhere. And obviously, when you're surprised and the fans react like they have tonight, it's great. We haven't given anything to cheer for tonight.
Now, you've been a great player all your career. Now, all of a sudden, you're an executive, a general manager, and you're named Executive of the Year. You got to feel proud of that also.
Well, Warren, you know, really, that's really a product of a lot of people's hard work. You know, I'm just part of the decision-making process around here, and we have a lot of people contribute other than myself.
There's big rumor about Magic Johnson maybe coming back if he can fit into your salary cap, and also if he'll play full-time. What about that?
Well, he'd fit in our salary cap, but, you know, obviously we didn't want him to leave, so naturally we'd welcome him back.
Well, congratulations and a great job this year, Jerry.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Pete.
Okay, thank you, Warren, and thank you, Jerry. Congratulations. A couple of honors for the Lakers this year. Del Harris also the Coach of the Year. He was hired by Jerry West. George Lynch has all 4 Laker points in this quarter. Spurs up by 8. Doc Rivers. Robinson. Bowie the rebound. Divac's taking it up and over David Robinson for his 4th point.
Yeah, an aggressive play by Divac on the other end. They're trying to work Van Exel on the baseline to control, a little fatigue factor because he is playing so many minutes.
Another illegal D, and this will be another technical call against the LA Lakers. There you see those draft picks, none of them coming higher than the 15th pick, and then the trade of Cedric Ceballos. Add to that the hiring of Del Harris as coach. The chemistry worked.
Yeah, it works. And Nick Van Exel, 37th pick. A lot of general managers around the league will shake their head. And they picked Lynch the same year before him at the 12th spot.
And there's the NBA Coach of the Year, Del Harris. Del Negro missing the free throw attempt. And now Person inbounds it to J.R. Reed. Doc Rivers, a good pickup for San Antonio with his playoff experience. J.R. Reed. Rebound, Eddie Jones. Off to Nick Van Exel. Lakers trying to score their 6th straight point. Divac's got himself around Reed. Vlade Divac.
Yeah,
we might see Dennis Rodman back in that game pretty soon.
Yeah, and he's very aggressive, going very quick off the post-up. In most games, he catches it, waits, and then tries to get in the lane. Tonight, he's going right away, making things happen.
Doc Rivers taking it to the hoop. Comes up short. The tip is good, though. Wow. J.R. Reed from about 5 feet out gets his 6th point to fall.
And he did it underhanded.
Yeah. Eddie Jones getting by Doc Rivers off the glass. Couldn't get the roll, though. David Robinson, another rebound. He has 8 of them in the first half. The rifleman runs into Eddie Jones, and a foul's going to be called against Jones.
Interestingly enough, before the game, Dave Cowens was working with Person on that particular move, catching, faking, and getting the lane because they're really jamming him, not letting him get that 3-point shot off.
And there is Dave Cowens on the San Antonio bench.
Yeah, he's in the room with Mel.
A lot of talk coming up about his name all of a sudden. The Celtic job open. Person from 3-point land. Eldon Campbell checked back in just in time to get his 5th rebound. Just over 7 minutes to go, first half. Van Exel. There's the pick set by Campbell. And we're going to get a whistle or call against San Antonio. This one's going against Doc Rivers.
That's that high post pick and roll, and he comes off of it. They both went to him. It leaves Campbell wide open. It's a very, very difficult play to handle when you use that high post pick and roll.
13 foul call against San Antonio. In the second quarter, Spurs up by 6. Double team on Van Exel. Divac's down to Campbell. Back outside Lynch. Good ball movement. Basket won't go, though. Rebound pulled away by J.R. Reed. Almost lost the ball there. Regains control. Gets it off to Doc Rivers.
They're getting a great shot off that play, and here's Person.
They've not been able to get that long-range jumper to fall. Gets it back. Tries to go up. Hit it partially blocked by Divac. Lynch off to Van Exel. 3 Spurs back on defense. Van Exel tries to beat him anyway. Whoa!
As I said about him, no fear and no conscience. He just goes to the basket. He's so quick.
He will get a trip to the free throw line as David Robinson is called for his 2nd.
Here's Chuck Person trying to get in the lane. He goes left, thinks he's got the left-handed little soft hook, but here comes Divac. Those 7-footers are a problem.
First it was braces. Then it was their own rooms. Then it was college. Private college. Then they got jobs. The Lexus SC300. Now it's your turn. See the affordable SC300 at your Lexus dealer.
CARE is here to help people help themselves. The progress is really remarkable in Zambia. People work so hard to improve their lot in life. And these people are really willing to learn now. I think Dikembe Mutombo understands that the power inside these people is really phenomenal. I know Mutombo will bring home one important thought. A little care can make a world of difference.
Back at the Forum, the Spurs lead it by 6:25 to go in the half. Tomorrow night on TNT, Game 6 between the Knicks and the Pacers, with the Pacers leading that series 3-2.
And New York's there because of a controversial walk call. But how about this? Chuck Person, a well-traveled player. 1, 2, and almost, well, could it be walking?
It could. As we get set to resume here, it is Divac, Lynch, Van Exel, Campbell, and Jones out there in the court for the Spurs. Doc Rivers, Sean Elliott, J.R. Reed, Avery Johnson, and Terry Cummings is checked in for the first time. David Robinson gets his first rest of the evening. Nick Van Exel makes the first free throw for the Lakers in this first half.
San Antonio won for their last 7 field goals, 39% for the game, but 8 offensive rebounds, mostly attributed to Dennis Rodman.
4 points now for Van Exel, and it's a 4-point San Antonio lead. Sean Elliott splits the defense, gets into the paint, going high in the air for the block. Was Eddie Jones, but a whistle, and the Spurs claiming there should be a goaltend call as well. They're not going to get that. Vlade Divac called for his first foul.
The Lakers go to a 1-2-2 trap. We didn't see the first part of it, but they swung it cross court. Elliott, they're running what we call a diagonal pass from the corner back out to the opposite wing on a skip pass. Elliott gets in the lane and does get fouled.
John Elliott with a chance to go into double figures in this first half. He makes them both. He has 10 points. And the Spurs lead back up to 6. Now some backcourt pressure applied by San Antonio. Van Exel splits it. Gets into the paint, dishing off to Vlade Divac. Around and out, Terry Cummings the rebound. Cummings off to Avery Johnson. No look to Sean Elliott. 2 more for Sean Elliott, who has come to life for the Spurs tonight.
Bob Hill with San Antonio Spurs. They've gone to a smaller lineup. They're going up court, as you stated, trying to trap, double team, kind of a frantic defense to get the Lakers out of their post-up game.
And it has helped them open up an 8-point lead. Down low, Divac on Terry Cummings. The jump hook over Cummings. No, Divac gets his own rebound and puts it back.
That's the other side of the so-called coin. If you're going to go small, you got to be able to handle the big guys. And here's a case where the Lakers have to be calm, move the ball down in position, and get it to their big guys.
San Antonio up by 6. J.R. Reed has been a big factor in this game off the Spurs bench. He has 8 points. He's 4 out of 5 from the field.
And there's Bob Hill saying, here's Rodman, here's Reed, what do I do? Looks as though he's getting Rodman to come back in the game at some position.
Spurs up by 8, 5 minutes remaining in the half. Elvin Campbell drawing the crowd. They swing it around to Eddie Jones. He'll take a 3-pointer over Doc Rivers. Hits the front of the rim. Terry Cummings the rebound. San Antonio really controlling the boards in this first half. Lakers getting very few second shots. They have out-rebounded the Lakers 21-10. There's a steal by Eddie Jones. Off to Nick Van Exel. Down the court it goes to Lynch. Jones trying to save him and does.
Very careless pass by Doc Rivers. Lobbed it right in the hands of the defensive player. Easy 2 points on the other end.
The rookie from Temple, Eddie Jones, saving the Lakers that time, getting them back to within 6. 4:18 to go, first half. Elliott nowhere to go, then almost stolen again by Jones. Rivers trapped by Van Exel and Divac. Gets away from Divac to the corner and hits the basket. Big play by Doc Rivers.
Aggressive play and a tough shot for him.
Rodman has played very few minutes since the first quarter, although he picked up a half-dozen rebounds in about the first 6 minutes of the game. But right now, this combination for San Antonio clicking. Another steal by Jones. In and out. Rebound, Van Exel.
Fouled by Elliott. Basket counts.
Eddie Jones. There's the steal. Look at that. Right off of the pass. Straight up. Loses control, but follows. Gets the ball back. And here's another steal in the backcourt.
At the line, Nick Van Exel. It's 40-34. 40-35.
Eddie Jones, 5th in the league in steals this year. Great hands, great anticipation.
Another three-pointer nailed by Sean Elliott. That is his second three-pointer of the night. He has 15 points in his first half. And the Spurs now up by 8. Rodman back in the game for the Spurs, guarding Divac. Ceballos, can the Lakers get him going? Finally gets one to fall. It's his first basket of the night.
And he needed a very friendly roll on that one.
Yes, he did. 6-point lead for San Antonio with 3:09 to go in the first half. San Antonio's led this one all the way. Rodman and Robinson got him going with some early rebounds. Sean Elliott has had the hot hand with 15 points. J.R. Reed, 8 points coming off the bench for the Spurs. Elliott again. Short this time. Ceballos the rebound. Off to Van Exel. Lakers trying to get back to within 4. Ceballos going for the hole, drew the foul.
The NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by Lexus, maker of the faster and roomier 1995 LS400. And by AT&T.
In the U.S., there are over 200 million bumps, potholes, and cobblestones. In the Lexus ES300, there are over 96 systems and components designed to isolate vibrations. 200 million versus 96. Sounds fair. The newest Lexus ES300. Let others follow.
How easy is it to save 25% on AT&T? This easy. With AT&T True Savings, our simplest way to save 25% on calls to everyone. Spend just $10 a month and we'll subtract 25% off your AT&T bill. That's it. You can call anyone, anytime, anywhere in the U.S. Talk to your brother in Texas. Catch up with friends in Florida. With AT&T, saving 25% to everyone is easy. Just call.
Your true voice.
You remember Nick, your son Nick?
That's one like this?
Yeah.
That's just little crazy moves.
And they bend your knees, Glenn, outside, inside. I have seen them do it all. Oh, Joyce, you know you can do it. You say you taught him everything. You know that? It's a no-look pass. Anybody can do it.
Do it again for me, please.
Just do that. He would just bounce the ball everywhere.
Nicky's nonchalant. Very cool. He said, Ma, I finally did it.
San Antonio has led all the way. 2:39 to go, second quarter. Coming up at halftime, our Reebok halftime report. Joining Ernie Johnson in Atlanta will be co-rookies of the year, Grant Hill and Jason Kidd. They'll have first half analysis, highlights of tonight's earlier game 6 action between the Magic and Bulls and the Suns and Rockets. And Chuck EJ may have 2 rookies of the year in his studios, but we got 4 of them right over here on the San Antonio bench. Dave Collins, co-winner with Jeff Petrie in 1971. Terry Cummings won it in 1983. Chuck Person, 1987. David Robinson, 1990. 4 former rookies of the year.
Yeah, they've got 3 of them with some age on them.
At the line, Cedric Ceballos. Sean Elliott picking up his 3rd foul. And Ceballos at the free throw line for the first time tonight. Cummings, Rodman, Johnson, Rivers, and Person now the group on the court for the Spurs.
Yeah, this has been a very quick-paced game.
Not many free throws.
Not many free throws. Not many stoppage of the clock. Very aggressive game by both clubs.
Lakers 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Spurs are 3 of 4. 4-point lead for San Antonio. Cummings over Divac. Rebound Ceballos. He's picked off 3 boards. Van Exel now trying to get the Lakers within 2. Dumps it down to Divac. Double team. They kick it back outside Ceballos. Swing it around to Anthony Peeler. Eldon Campbell with Rodman on him. He traveled. Let's go to Warren Moon at courtside. Warren?
Well, in the Lakers huddle, Dale Harris is really concerned that his team isn't handling the pressure and the presses of the Spurs. He feels like his team is getting too close to the basketball as opposed to spreading out and creating more space. On the other side, the Spurs want to keep running the pick and roll because they've already had 3 or 4 defense make that illegal defenses against the Lakers. They want to keep running that until the Lakers learn to adjust to it properly. Back to you, Pete.
Rodman rebounding his own miss, kicks it out to Johnson.
Del Harris on that call because Bob Hill, from what we've learned and read in the papers, complained to the league that Eldon Campbell was walking, and that time Del Harris pointed Bob Hill and said, "You got that call."
Avery Johnson found a wide open lane for his 4th point of the night, and the Spurs back up by 6. How did that happen?
He gets to the basket as well as anybody in the league, left-handed, and gets there quickly and really knows how to use the glass.
Divac draws the double as Cummings gives some help to Rodman. They kick it all the way across, around and out for Ceballos. The rebound pulled away by guess who? He's got 9 rebounds in this first half.
And Terry Cummings had 2 guys wide open. He turned his back. He had both Person and Rodman wide open on the wings.
They get the ball back in the hands of Avery Johnson. Person around the pick set by Cummings will take the short-range jumper. He can't get that shot to fall tonight. Ceballos the rebound, tipping it out to Van Exel. Lakers hanging around, still down by 6. Van Exel. Rodman getting a hand up there. The rebound finally pulled away by Eldon Campbell. He got clobbered by Terry Cummings. And that is Cummings first.
Watch Avery Johnson get into the middle of the defense, and nobody comes to pick him up. He can't believe it. He can get all the way to the basket. No one within 6 feet of him.
Eldon Campbell at the free throw line. His first trip there tonight. 67% in the season, 67% in the playoffs.
Los Angeles 0 for 5 on 3s, and they kind of live like it. Del Harris really believes in it, and there's a miss by Campbell.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the Budweiser Player of the Game. Eldon Campbell, 10 points in the first half, all from the field. Now his second free throw attempt. And that gets the Lakers back to within 5. Closing into the 42nd mark in this first half. Rivers over Peeler. Around and out. Ceballos another rebound. He's got 5 boards. Lakers trying to pull even closer as we get closer to halftime. And Johnson and Rivers both reaching in. They're going to call the foul on Doc Rivers.
Van Exel being very aggressive. They have that quick transition screen, and he's coming off knowing they're probably going to double him or jump hard and hedge, and he splits it. He's drawn 2 fouls that way.
Van Exel in this first half, 7 points, 3 out of 3 from the line. He has 7 assists in this first half. A very heady ball player, Chuck, for a second-year player.
Yeah, he really is. You know, he came out of Cincinnati. There was a little bad rap on him, but boy, he's really disproved all of that. Very smart. He loves to play, effervescent, all the things you love in a point guard.
You know, you talk to almost any coach in the league about a rookie or a second-year player, especially nowadays, and they'll say, well, give him time and he'll be good. And it's just been the reverse for Van Exel with the Lakers.
Yeah, and we've got one sitting in the studio coming up at halftime, Jason Kidd, who jumped in, and I've been watching him for a long time collegiately. A very young player, but a great point guard.
Nick Van Exel, you can see what he's done in the 2 victories, averaging 24 points a game, 6 of 15 from three-point land. When he's not hitting that three-point shot, though, his numbers way down, and the results a little different.
Well, some nights, you know, he'll go 20, 30 minutes and not make one, and all of a sudden, bang, bang, he'll make 2 or 3 big ones.
And he's got the guts of a burglar at the end of a ball game, as we saw the other night.
And a lot of guys, when they start missing, start to stress out and say, well, I'm not going to take that shot. He doesn't even give it a thought.
Sadeo 3, sidelined by a rib injury in this series. Van Exel. 5 out of 5 at the free throw line. That gets the Lakers back to within 3. And they'll get one more possession. Now pass, and backcourt pressure applied, and Avery Johnson gets it across the line to Rodman.
The pressure accomplished what they wanted. They got it down inside of 10. Only 7 seconds to get a shot off.
Avery Johnson again going for the hole, high off the glass. Good move, Avery Johnson. He has 6 points. 5-point Spurs lead. Lakers get a shot at a final basket here. Ceballos off the glass, got a whistle, and he gets a trip to the free throw line with 0.6 of a second to go. Chuck Person called for his second.
Watch Avery Johnson, how quick he is. He's got the matchup he wants, gets there, backs out. Years and years takes to learn that shot. And here's Ceballos getting to the basket. Know he's going to get fouled. Don't want to give him the easy 2.
He only has 1 field goal tonight. He's 2 out of 2 from the line. But he is a guy that the Lakers need if they're going to come through in the second half tonight.
Been an interesting game tonight. Both clubs showing a little bit of pressure, some double teams, some different lineups, things that we haven't seen that much of earlier in the series. But tonight, they're coming up with all their tricks.
And it's kind of tough to come up with something new when you're in Game 6 of a series. Good first half. The San Antonio Spurs never lost the lead. 47-44 at halftime. Coming up next, Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studios with the Rookies of the Year and our Reebok halftime report.
Up we go into the wild blue yonder. I love it. I love this game.
Still going. Long-lasting Energizer batteries keep going and going.
I thought I was smart. I paid less for another protectant. It said it shined like Armor All, so I figured it protected like Armor All too. But it didn't. You should see what the sun did to my dashboard. Some bargain.
Armor All doesn't just shine. Armor All provides superior protection against car vinyl discoloration.
No bargains for this, baby. I'm only using Armor All.
Armor All. When it comes to protection, there are no bargains.
Michael Jordan. To find what you desire requires a great effort. You look thirsty. Gatorade?
Thanks. I've come.
I know why you have come. You wish to know the meaning of life.
And?
Life is a sport. Drink it up.
That's what I figured.
The Reebok Halftime Report is brought to you by Reebok.
The team that's had the lead at the half in every game of this series has gone on to win that game, and if that holds tonight, then the Spurs are going to close out the Lakers at the Great Western Forum. It's 47-44 after 24 minutes. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta with the Reebok Halftime Report and with the co-Rookies of the Year in the NBA, Grant Hill and Jason Kidd. Now, before the game started, I think you were saying that San Antonio would close this thing out. You were saying the Lakers would hold serve and force a seventh game. Your thoughts on what we've seen so far?
Well, I think I might be right this game. Both teams have been playing real well, and right now San Antonio has the lead, and hopefully they can keep the lead so I can get this prediction, get the prediction right.
How about the playing the Lakers at the Great Western Forum? Tough place to play, Jason?
I think so. The crowd's going to get involved late in the ball game, and the experience for San Antonio might be in their favor, but I think Nick Van Exel will pull it out at the end.
Yeah, right now Nick Van Exel's been kind of quiet, only 8 points in the first half, and it is a 3-point lead for the San Antonio Spurs over the Lakers. Earlier tonight, Houston forced a Game 7 against the Phoenix Suns, 116-103. The Rockets very tough at the home of the champs, the Summit in Houston, Texas. Talk about tough. KJ taking Akeem's noggin right in the kisser, took a couple of stitches. Charles Barkley, what a feed inside to the Rook, Wesley Person. Barkley, not a bad start. Only hit his first 10 shots. That'll do. Had 27 points in the first half. Knocks down a three-pointer. Game was tied. Houston comes back. Ori, that's a miss, but there's Clyde the Glide. It's a 64-63 Houston lead, and then Akeem takes over. He had 30 points on the night in the paint, up and over AC Green. It was 97-87. Olajuwon once again doing that dream shake on the baseline, and it's 101-89, and Clyde knows this baby's going back to Phoenix, Arizona for Game 7. Sam Cassell, 4 out of 7 from three-point land, 16 points. And it's the Houston Rockets. They were once down 3-1 in this series, folks. 116-103. They're tied up at 3. And what's Sir Charles think?
Well, they are world champions. I mean, but we get sick and tired of hearing about how much heart they got. They ain't got no more heart than we got. We both won the same number of games. And we're looking forward to Game 7.
Never one to hold back his feelings. You guys were watching that come down and chuckling to yourselves. What do you think about Game 7 in this series now?
Well, it's going to be an exciting game. I'm still very stubborn. I'm still going to have to go with Phoenix. They're playing at home, and they've lost the last 2, so they're going to come out and play real well, and I think they're going to win.
And you were saying earlier, Jason, I think, too, that even though you'd like Houston to win that thing tonight, that Phoenix in the long haul is going to take this
Yes,
thing?
I'm going to have to agree with Grant. I think Phoenix will win Game 7 going away.
Charles Barkley been fond of saying that the Suns are in the butt-kicking business, and business has been good lately, but not the last 2. They're tied up at 3. And when we come back, the end of the road for Michael and the Bulls. Keep it here.
He's a little taller than that. I think the basketball was bigger than he was. Look at his shoes. This don't look for real. Muggsy just moves real fast. Muggsy like a little bee buzzing. Where'd you get that from? I guess he got it from his mother. They would laugh and say, what is this little boy doing on the court? And I just told him to go for it. I think he made go between shots.
Someday in the future, every car will be maintained by Precision Tune. Every brake job, oil change, and scheduled maintenance service will be performed by our skilled technicians at prices that are the envy of dealerships. All backed by our 12-month, 12,000-mile guarantee, leaving tow trucks free to spend their time on more artistic pursuits. Precision Tune, a lot more than tune-ups.
Man, that's Grant Hill. Grant Hill drinks Sprite? Grant Hill drinks Sprite.
If you want to make it to the NBA, practice. If you want a refreshing drink, obey your thirst. Sprite.
Play the Under the Cap game, and you have a 1 in 6 chance of winning another Sprite. You can also win cool NBA stuff. Not too useful if you're thirsty. Handy if you plan on leaving the house.
Is it our imagination, or is MCI saying some pretty nasty things about AT&T lately? Maybe it's because 4 out of 5 customers will save more with AT&T True Savings than with friends and family. Or because AT&T True Rewards members enjoy points good for free AT&T minutes and free frequent flyer miles just for being AT&T customers. Maybe that's why every week thousands of MCI users are switching to AT&T. Call to switch to AT&T now.
Your true voice.
The Lakers just one long jumper away from tying this thing up, 47-44 at the break as the Reebok halftime report continues. Earlier tonight on TBS, Orlando and Chicago played Game 6 at the United Center, a chance for the Magic to close out the Bulls and end Michael Jordan's season. Horace Grant, the former Bull, dislocated a finger on his left hand, came back in the fourth quarter when Jordan and the Bulls were threatening to make this thing a runaway. It's 95-92 on the Jordan slam, and then BJ with the 3, 102-94 with about 3.5 to play. The Bulls didn't score again. The Magic outscored them 14-zip. Nick Anderson knocks down a three-pointer. Nick Anderson, shake, bake, leaving Kukoc in his dust, and knocking down another one. And then MJ trying to force the action in the paint. Nice defense by the Magic, trying to bounce pass in there to Luke Longley. That's not going to go. The turnover and the victory for the Orlando Magic. They win it 108-102. They close out the Chicago Bulls in 6 and move on to the Eastern Conference Final. Craig Sager talked with Brian Hill after the game.
A one-point game until Michael had the steal and the jam. They go on that big run. They're up 8. Did you think the game was lost?
Well, no, we still had time. Anytime there's, 3+ minutes to go and you're down 8 and you have 3-point shooters like we have and Dennis and Nick Anderson out there, you can get back in the game. But the key is keeping your composure and taking 2 at a time, not trying to go wild and just win it with 3s right there. And that's all we said. And fortunately, we were able to get the defensive stops along with it.
Now the line on Michael Jordan, 24 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and 6 turnovers. Michael Jordan's take on the clincher.
We didn't execute down the stretch. Defensively, we didn't maintain the intensity down the stretch. In the past, defense had won games like that when we had leads like that, and it just didn't happen.
And so Michael Jordan's season ends, 17 regular season games, averaging 26-9, shooting 41%, and in 10 playoff games, jacking that average up to 31 as he always does in the postseason, shooting at almost a 48% clip. But the Bulls are out in 6 against the Orlando Magic. And the guys, how surprising is this to you that it's the end of the road for the Bulls?
Well, it's very surprising, considering I thought they were going to win it all. But Orlando played really well, and they're playing with a lot of confidence, and I think that confidence will definitely carry them into the next series against either Indiana or New York.
Yeah, huge confidence builder for the Magic, Jason. They were swept in the first round last year, and now they're in the Eastern Conference Finals. If it's Indiana, if it's New York, do either of those teams have what it takes to beat the Magic?
I have to agree with Shaq. I think whoever it is, they're going to prove that they're capable of beating either New York or Indiana. So I like the Magic to make it to the finals.
Well, the clincher in that series could come tomorrow night, New York and Indiana on TNT. Indiana leading 3-2, trying to close it out at home at Market Square. Back to wrap things up right after this.
From Eureka, vacs so powerful they've earned the Corvette name. Corvette Hand Vac with powered brush roll. New Corvette Wet Dry with high-performance 4-horsepower motor. Both great deals. The next generation from Eureka.
Girl, I was sitting there with Rhonda playing the Monopoly game at McDonald's. It's easy when you buy large or medium drinks, supersized fries, or hash browns. Just pull off the tab and check out the back. Can't you see yourself winning instant prizes like delicious food, a Jeep Cherokee, $1 million, and you can win instantly? Or collect a Monopoly to win, and guess what? Girl, I won! Mickey D's in the house!
Play the Monopoly game at McDonald's, because with over 50 million prizes, the next winner could be you.
Have you had your break today?
Here at our Goodyear Tire Plant in Union City, Tennessee, we're working extra hard to make enough tires for our big sale. All Goodyear Eagles, all Goodyear Wranglers, all on sale, all across America, from all of us in Union City.
All right, we're back here in our Atlanta studios. What do you suppose is being said in the locker rooms at half? I'll put you in the Lakers side, Grant. What is being said in the Laker locker room when you're down by 3 at home?
Well, I think Del Harris is probably, look, fellas, it's now or never. We have a second half left, where we have to play good basketball. It depends on our season, what's going to happen. So I think the guys are going to respond to Coach Harris and come out and play well, but I still think the Spurs are going to win.
And Jason, you're sitting in the San Antonio locker room next to the Worm, telling him to put his shoes on. And what is Bob Hill saying to these guys?
I think Coach Hill is telling David that this is your game. You're going to carry us here from this point out. And if you do well, then we'll be going to the finals. But if not, we'll go to Game 7.
Yeah, back at the Alamo Dome. Guys, it's been great having you with us tonight. I know it's been a long day up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do Good Morning America and hanging on. You're working overtime, and the paycheck will certainly reflect it. Spurs leading 47-44 at the break. Third quarter is coming right up.
The Reebok Halftime Report has been brought to you by Reebok.
History teaches primordial perspiration shouldn't mess with one's style. Consider this powerful discovery. Right Guard Pure Power Clear Gel. An astoundingly clear gel. Thus, it goes on clear without any flaky white stuff, protecting one powerfully. For when it comes to protection, one shouldn't mess around. Right Guard Clear Gel. Anything less would be uncivilized.
You're beautiful. You're everything I ever wanted.
If you love your car,
What you put on it should be more than just a wax. New Zymol Natural Liquid Auto Polish protects your finish with beeswax and shines with rare Brazilian carnauba. Safe, naturally derived ingredients, so pure, powerful, perfect.
Oh, so beautiful.
New Zymol Natural Liquid Auto Polish.
74 Gran Torino, 464-barrel Police Interceptor engine, 371 traction lock rear end, set on a rake, enough torque to crush blacktop, bucket seats, C6 high-performance trans. Starsky's car, Hutch hated it. You can never know too much. Watch Starsky and Hutch, Burning Rubber and Breaking Rules, weeknights at 6 on TNT Lunchbox TV.
Surrender isn't peace.
From executive producer Francis Ford Coppola.
I am Tecumseh.
We are surrounded by white men.
He weren't an Indian, he could be a Caesar.
All their hopes rode with him into battle.
And a strong heart, brother!
Born to lead, determined to triumph. Tecumseh, the Last Warrior.
They don't cry for us. We are free.
World premiere Sunday, June 4th, only on TNT, the best movie studio on television.
Along with Chuck Daly, Pete Van Wieren welcoming you back to the Great Western Forum at halftime. San Antonio leading at 47-44. And one of the great criticisms of the San Antonio ball club over the years, Chuck, is when they get in a situation like this, they don't seem to be able to finish off that team.
Yeah, that's been the criticism, and it's happened over the years. It looks like they get to a certain point, and they say, that's it, we want to go home, we don't want to play anymore. Maybe they have a different group here, and with Rodman pushing him, and he's talked about that, he wants to give them the intensity and drive them to a playoff, along with Bob Hill as a seasoned coach.
One thing they have been able to do is take a three-point lead at halftime without playing Dennis Rodman or David Robinson many minutes in that first half.
Well, David Robinson sat the last 6:25, and when he 18 possessions. When he touched it, they only scored on 6. He hasn't been a big factor in the game, but he will be well rested for the second half.
Tonight's Budweiser game summary shows you San Antonio has out-rebounded the Lakers in the first half, 24-18. Field goal percentage about even. In fact, everything else is about even in that first half, too, except for the score and the rebounding disadvantage that the Lakers have against San Antonio. And the big reason for that, who else? The league-leading rebounder Dennis Rodman in just 15 first-half minutes, 9 rebounds.
Here he goes to the basket. He floats one. It goes over the basket. They go up to rebound. Ceballos goes up to rebound. He gets a tip and ends up with it again. And he had a big rebounding game in limited minutes.
You talked about all the offense concentrating on one man, David Robinson, for the Spurs. Here's a guy who had not been getting much done for the Spurs in the first 5 games. 33%, 25%, 38%, 32%, 44%. But that certainly changed in the first half tonight. 15 first-half points for Sean Elliott.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. They're swinging the ball, and he's spotting up and getting good looks. And he's going to get his share. What he's doing, he's kind of leaning back on a shot and not leaning into the shot. Bothering him. He scored 15 points, however. He's 5 for 11, 3-point field goals, 2 for 4.
So San Antonio has that lead, 47-44 at the half. Eldon Campbell, a big story for the Lakers early in the game, but not heard from much in the second quarter.
No, he scored only 1 point. Here he's backing in. And he was sensational when he was getting the ball on the post because he's really developed the move. He rises over people. He is a 7-footer, scores it. But in the second quarter, he only got 1 point.
Well, there's your score at halftime. We have a short delay here at the Great Western Forum, and we're going to be back to start quarter number 3 right after this.
Chevy was the first to give full-size pickups an independent front suspension, because the last thing we want to do is spill this guy's coffee.
There's your score at halftime. San Antonio leading the LA Lakers 47-44. We've had a delay here at halftime as a fan down in the front row on the other side apparently afflicted with some sort of seizure, and they have called for doctors. They have the stretcher out there now, and we're going to have to wait until they get that situation obviously taken care of before we're able to resume play here. But Chuck, what was something like this maybe due to one team or the other? You get in kind of a sink in a way of playing a game where you go in at halftime, you know how much time is going to be, you come out, you get loose. What if you have to hang around? Who does that benefit most here?
Well, I don't know that it benefits anyone at this point. It may benefit one team or the other. We don't know at that point, whoever gets off to a great start. But it is a delay. It's unexpected, but it's one of the things that has to be addressed. And both clubs are kind of standing around taking a look at the situation, more so San Antonio than the Lakers. I might be, if I were Dell or Bob Hill, think in terms of maybe going back to the locker room or staying in a two-line layup drill rather than allowing the players to stand around and watch and try to keep your focus on the basketball game, because there's not a lot they can do with it.
Yeah, it's sort of like that same kind of a situation you get when you get a backboard broken and you don't know how long it's going to take. You're better off just getting everybody off the court, get them out of the way, let that situation get taken care of, and then give them a little time if you need to come back in. Right now, let's go to Warren Moon.
Coach Harris, it seemed like the trapping defense, the pressure that they put on you in the second quarter really bothered you. Did you do anything to adjust to that in the halftime?
Well, you know, we've talked about it. We'll try to get our spreads a little better and our ball movement just a little bit better here in the second half.
The rebounding really seemed to be the key. You kept stressing that early in the ball game. You were really down in the rebound area, but you really seemed to creep back into it. Now the score is creeped back in as far as the rebounding edge is also not as far as it was in the first part of the game. You got to be happy about that also.
Well, that's a big key for us. We can't spot them in the rebound game. They had 10 points off the boards in the first quarter, and the rest of the defense pretty good. But if you're going to give the second shot, then that kills you. So. Well, we got to get to Sean Elliott a little better in that area. And I think we'll be all right this half. We've got a couple little adjustments coming up that we think will produce some results for us.
Are you going to do anything different to handle the pressure? And also, are you going to get the ball in Elder Campbell's hands a little bit more? He had a great half.
Well, J.R. Reed, I thought, hurt us. But we've got some things. We'll see. We're expecting a good half.
All right, good luck second half. Back to you, Pete.
Okay, thank you, Warren. Thank you, Dell. And Chuck, while we have a moment here, let's talk a little bit about the first two games that we had played this evening. How surprised were you by the way Orlando was able to put away Chicago?
Well, Pete, I picked Orlando with
so I guess you weren't surprised.
Rudy Martzke. Doug and Hubie declined to pick. I picked Orlando, but I had a reason for it. I think at the 1, 4, and 5 position, they have as good a players as anybody in the league. I thought they played the best basketball in the league up till the latter third of the season. And I remember a big game when they went into Chicago and had to win when they're struggling on the road. They proved that they're for real. I think they've grown up, and they're a very, very dangerous club right now. And Chicago played very well. I said earlier on, if Michael was able to do it, he really was God. But to come back after 17 months and drive the club with not a center, it's a struggle.
How about that series there? Were you surprised that that's going to a 7th game?
No, when you've got a former MVP and Houston won't die, they made a trade. But with Drexler, they're a solid ball club, and it's going to be a terrific game. I think Phoenix ultimately will win. 7 games at home are very tough to beat the home club.
Al Davis looking on from the sidelines as we take a look at that Western Conference. Phoenix and Houston will decide theirs in the 7th game. San Antonio can win their series tonight. If the Lakers win, this series goes to a 7th game. In the East, Orlando has already eliminated Chicago, Indiana, and New York. We'll find out tomorrow night right here on TNT. Del Negro, Elliott, Robinson, Rodman, and Johnson for the Spurs. Van Exel, Campbell, Peeler, Divac, and Ceballos for the Lakers. And here we go. Quarter number 3 is underway. San Antonio has led it all the way. They're up by 3 as the second half begins.
Sean Elliott going to the pick and roll there. Couldn't get off. He's going to go one-on-one.
And way wide with the shot there. The rebound pulled away by Alden Campbell. Lakers a chance to get on the board first here in the 3rd quarter. Van Exel played all 24 minutes in the first half. He played all 53 in Tuesday night's overtime game. Ceballos around and out. A rebound, David Robinson. He has 8 boards. Rodman, beautiful feed to the Admiral underneath, and he got fouled, sandwiched between Divac and Ceballos.
Yeah, they run a great pick and roll. They kick the ball inside of Rodman. He makes the bounce pass to David Robinson. Take a look at it. Here it goes. Here he comes off, and he's going into the defense, hits Rodman, who steps up, and they're going to get some good shots out of that play.
Second foul on Vlade Divac. David Robinson's first trip to the free throw line. In the playoffs, he's been hitting 83% from the line after 77% during the regular season. In fact, he has stepped it up in virtually every category in the playoffs, and especially in this series.
Well, we've talked about it. You have, Pete, great players make their real reputations in the playoffs if they can bring their clubs to the brink of winning a championship or going all the way and winning a ring.
Spurs up by 5. Robinson now at 10 points. Opening minutes of quarter number 3. Eldon Campbell, the jump hook over David Robinson. Campbell, very effective in the first quarter, trying to get the Lakers going here in the third. He's now 6 of 7 from the field. The Lakers back within 3. Elliott, 15 points in the first half, loses the ball this time. Van Exel comes away with it. Oh, what a turnover that was for the LA Lakers. Wide open in the corner, and Cedric Ceballos could not handle the pass.
Watch carefully. Watch him take his eye off the ball. He expected easily to handle it, and he kind of thought he had it in his hand and took his eye off of it. Trickles off his fingers out of bounds, and what a tough turnover. They had numbers, or they had a good shot for Ceballos.
He may have been looking for Dennis Rodman. Robinson runs in the Divac, no whistle. Robinson gets his own rebound and going up, but it gets fouled.
Robinson being very aggressive, going back up and getting that second shot. He and Dennis Rodman having a discussion about positions on the floor and what should be happening in terms of the pick and roll and where people should go. These guys understand the little nuances of where people should be depending on how the defense is played, where the double's coming from. And now Bob Hill's talking to Dennis to remind him of what they want in terms of positioning.
Robinson back at the free throw line, makes them both. He has 4 points in this third quarter, 12 in the night. And the Spurs have built that lead back up to 5. In the opening minutes of quarter number 3, Van Exel backs it in against Johnson. Trying to get it down to Eldon Campbell. There's the double team on in. He swings it out to Ceballos, who tries it 3 and drills it. That's only his second field goal of the night. Maybe it'll get him going. He has 9, and it's down to a 2-point San Antonio lead. Del Negro gets around Anthony Peeler and hits the baseline jumper. Del Negro's 4th point.
Del Negro, whose minutes have dropped off dramatically, went from 31 minutes to 19 in the playoffs, but tonight he's being much more aggressive offensively.
Divac sets the pick for Peeler. Dishing off in the corner. Ceballos, look out!
And when he gets that arc going, he's got his legs into the shot, and a great arc. You could see the difference.
Spurs lead down to a 1-point lead. And the crowd very much into it now. Robinson, fall away baseline jumper, no. Rebound tipped out to Peeler. Lakers can take the lead for the first time tonight. Nick Van Exel got fouled. He'll get a chance to give the Lakers the lead for the first time tonight.
Here's Ceballos going away from the basketball, spotting up on the three-point line. Watch carefully if we can see it, the arc on this shot. We don't get it all, but look at that arc. High rainbow, and that's when he's making threes.
Benny Del Negro committed the foul. Van Exel comes up short. 78% during the regular season from the line, 74% during the playoffs. And we are tied. 10 points for Van Exel. First time we've been tied tonight.
San Antonio 2 for 6, 3 for 7 for the Lakers.
Avery Johnson quickly inside for his 8th point. The Spurs back up by 2. Ceballos into Vlade Divac.
Great basketball. Curl. Caught it quickly. Great bounce pass. Beautiful execution.
We are tied again. Avery Johnson signaling the play as he brings it down for the Spurs. puts the defense back outside. Elliott to Del Negro with Ceballos flying out of Vinny Del Negro. That's a 2-point basket. He was straddling the line. He has 6 points. Spurs have the lead back by 2.
Watch this play. There's a curl, catches it, bang, quick pass on the floor, crosses under, Divac jams it.
And Exel from deep in three-point land, wide right, Rodman the rebound. He has 10 rebounds now. Del Negro again. Will he get the hot hand for the Spurs? Rebound pulled away. David Robinson blocked by Alden Campbell. Loose ball picked off by Nick Van Exel. Down court, Anthony Peeler. Up and over the glass. Both teams with opportunities here, Chuck, to make a little run, and neither team can.
This is one of the more wide-open games, although the score belies it. It's a wide-open game up and down, but they're not converting frequently at the other end.
Both coaches complaining about that today, so we're getting good looks at it. We're just not making the shots. Elliott's going to take it into the paint, kick it back outside. Down to 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Avery Johnson losing the ball. Ceballos coming away with it. He's got Peeler, but it hit off Robinson's foot out of bounds. Another missed opportunity, perhaps.
Yeah, they had 2 on 1.5. He needed to take 1 or 2 more dribbles to clear it.
Now Ceballos takes it into the paint with Robinson on him, and a whistle before he went up with a shot. David Robinson called for the foul. That was his third.
A huge foul.
The NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by Chevrolet, the cars and trucks 36 million people depend on every day. And by Dutch Boy Paint. Give your home the lasting look of Dutch Boy.
Still going. Long-lasting Energizer batteries keep going and going.
Jeff Weaver got his big break by playing the Monopoly game at McDonald's. A cruise for 2 on the Big Red Boat, plus air travel on United Airlines. Just eat, play, win. That's what Erica Galarza and Bradley Beerley did. Millions are getting their big breaks by playing the Monopoly game at McDonald's. Just eat, play, win. That's what Faith Jaguar, Bien View, Erica Anderson, and Clay Timmons did, and there's still great prizes left to win, like a Zenith home entertainment system.
I was abused as a child, and now I have a son of my own. I haven't done anything to harm my baby. I never would. I know there's a better way of disciplining your children than hurting them. I love my son very much. And I don't want to hurt him, but I don't want to take any chances. Maybe you could help me. He is 2 now, and I'm afraid I would do the same thing to him as my mom did to me.
Welcome back to the Great Western Forum. San Antonio leading it by 2, 7-11 to go in the third quarter of Game 6. This crowd really into it. It's the way the Forum used to look. In fact, trying to find a comparison, one writer today didn't have to go back too far. He said, this town's as crazy about basketball right now as it has been in a month and a half since March Madness when UCLA went on to win it. New York Knicks, Indiana Pacers, Game 6 of their series will be right here on TNT tomorrow night. Indiana Pacers up in that series, 3-2. Ron Thulin, Hubie Brown, and Kevin Kiley will be along to bring that one to you. We have got 7-11 to go. The Spurs up by 2. Leading scorer, Sean Elliott, 15 points, all of them in the first half for San Antonio. Alden Campbell, 13 points. Leads the Lakers. But Ceballos can tie him if they can make this free throw. He has made 2 3-point baskets in this quarter.
Ceballos, we talked about the theme in the opening game. When he plays well, they've won, and he's on track to get his 20.
Almost as if that careless turnover might have woken him up a little bit.
Yeah, really did, because he comes right back and gets two big long-range shots.
Sometimes something like that, player will say to himself, hey, I got to get my head a little more into this game. Well, everybody's head is into this one. It's 57-57. Avery Johnson and Benny Del Negro looking for Robinson. The fall-away Jay over Eldon Campbell comes up short. Rebound, battle for. Rodman reaching in there along with Divac and Ceballos. David Robinson having kind of an off night. He's only 4 for 12 now from the field.
Yeah, he's struggling at that time, turning away. He had good legs on the shot. He can't get anything to go down.
It'll be Ceballos and Rodman. Rodman loves it out here. He said he's going to play basketball for 2 more years and become a movie star. Right now, the only role he could play would be the Riddler. And Exel controls for the Lakers, who again have a chance to take the lead for the first time tonight. Inside Eldon Campbell on Rodman. Turnaround Jay, around and out. Put back by Vlade Divac, and the Lakers have got the lead. No basket.
He waved it off.
Ooh, that's going to turn the crowd.
Let's see what happens. Campbell gets into the lane, gets a roll around on the rim. Coming just before Divac's push off with the left hand forced David Robinson way under the basket. Good call by the official.
Third foul. Johnson. There Robinson. He runs into an Exel with no call. Rebound comes out deep in the corner to Sean Elliott. Back out to Avery Johnson. Still tied at 57 after a disallowed basket on the other end.
And David Robinson just had the ball. He had a wide open shot, forced his way in, and almost picked up a personal.
And we get an illegal D call. Every one of those on either side from here on out is going to be a technical foul. Sean Elliott will go to the line for San Antonio. 3 for 3 from the line in the first half.
Rodman was talking to Avery Johnson. Now he's talking to David Robinson, saying, hey, big guy, got to carry us home.
First miss from the line for Sean Elliott tonight. Still Spurs ball in a 57-57 game. Just over 6 minutes to go. Again, we've seen in the last couple of minutes of this third quarter, teams with good shot opportunities, but neither side able to get many of them to fall. That's been the story of this series for both sides. Avery Johnson underneath the Rodman. How about that shot off the glass, Dennis Rodman?
There's a screen and roll, just dropped it down. They didn't get the rotation. If they make the rotation, Robinson's going to step up.
Rodman's got 8 points. His first 6 came on offensive rebounds. And San Antonio back up by 2. Campbell's going to work on Rodman. Baseline jumper, no. Divac, no foul this time.
And there was no double team. They've got to keep him off the backboard. Robinson's got to do it.
Quickly on the other end, Sean Elliott slams his first 2 in the second half home. He has 17 of the night. The Spurs are back up. 5:20 remaining third quarter.
Here's a screen and roll on the other end. What we've seen, San Antonio just so well.
And another illegal defense call. This time it goes against San Antonio.
Watch Campbell work, spins back, gets a good look. But there comes Divac slashing in from the weak side.
And going to the free throw line is Nick Van Exel. This is going to give the Lakers another opportunity to take the lead for the first time if they can convert here and then score on the possession. Here's Warren Moon.
Both coaches emphasized in their huddles during that timeout to turn up the pressure. They want the tempo of the game to up-tempo a little bit more to make sure these guys are getting into the game. They feel like on the Lakers end of the court, they want to get a body on players when a shot goes up because they're still not satisfied with the rebounding. And the Spurs do not like the fact that the Lakers are getting too many open jump shots, so he wants to make sure his guys are guarding someone on every possession. Back to you, Pete.
Down by 1. Thank you, Warren. Ceballos gives the Lakers their first lead of the night, and he has come to life. 10 points in the quarter, 16 in the game. Lakers lead.
A terrific move off the top, one-on-one, going right. He hasn't done it quite that well all series.
David Robinson trying to get his shooting touch back. He has 14. Spurs back up by 1.
Nick Van Exel arguing with Danny Crawford on the way up.
And this time the foul call is going to be made against Dennis Rodman, his third.
Look at this move. Crossover, right, big step, gets to the glass. Terrific one-on-one move.
Each team with 3 team fouls now. They're going to right back to Eldon Campbell. Going to work on Rodman again. This is obviously something they want. They want Campbell's hands on the ball, and they want Dennis Rodman to be the guy he works on.
Well, Rodman's got 4 fouls. He's got to be careful. And right now, Bob Hill's got some decisions to make. He's got 4 minutes in this quarter. He doesn't want Rodman to pick up that third, although he's got J.R. Reed sitting there.
John Elliott has 15, make it 19 points after a 15-point first half. San Antonio back up by 1. 3:46 to go, third quarter. Divac's trying to fight his way along the baseline. Gets the ball with Robinson on him. The jump hook, Vlade Divac, no. Rodman a rebound. He's got 11 boards tonight. Avery Johnson all the way into the corner.
Avery really probing the defense.
Into the paint. Count the basket, and he'll get a chance for a 3-point play.
One of the things I like about San Antonio is they're really probing the defense. Here's a case where he gets over. He just goes hard into the lane, makes a sensational shot, but he's pushing the ball up very quickly, probing the defense. If they don't have it, they get to a set play, and they've got 2 or 3 easy baskets that way.
He has 10 points tonight. Converts the 3-point play. And the Spurs have built that lead back up to 4. The Lakers have only had the lead by 1 point a couple of times in this third quarter. Now the Spurs are back on top. Chuck Person is checked in for San Antonio. Eddie Jones for the Lakers. He has the ball. The jumper over Elliott. Short rebound Robinson. Robinson off to Avery Johnson. Takes it all the way into the paint outside Sean Elliott. No, Rodman's putback is good, and Dennis Rodman has 10 points, 8 of them coming on offensive boards.
Avery Johnson that time, he saw Rodman going to the lane. He kicks it out to the wing, and Rodman gets the big tip in.
The Lakers caught the Spurs, took the lead briefly. The Spurs a 7-0 run. As Dennis Rodman's last 2 points have caused the Lakers to call a timeout.
Sunday nights this fall, the NFL is on TNT.
Nothing is tougher on dirt. Than a 191 horsepower Chevy S-Series extended cab 4x4. Chevy trucks, like a rock.
On Memorial Day, Turner Publishing introduces a new book of pictures of these homegrown memorials, Offerings at the Wall. TNT honors the book with a special weekend of unforgettable letters from Vietnam vets, movies from TNT's library, and information on how TNT can help you bring a part of yourself to the wall. Offerings at the Wall, an Operation TNT special, Memorial Day weekend on TNT.
Antonio up by 6, 2:51 remaining in the third quarter. A look at tonight's Chevy scoreboard. Orlando is in the conference finals. They beat the Bulls in Chicago 108-102. Win that series 4-2. Houston will take it to a 7th game in Phoenix after a 116-103 win over the Suns tonight. As you look at the road record during the playoffs, 28% in 92, 34% in 93, 28% in 94. But after tonight, Look at the 42% figure that's popped up this year.
A lot more parity in the league. We've got about 7 or 8 teams really who can win this championship, and they can win on the road. And you have to be able to win on the road to win a championship.
Van Exel to Divac, Rodman on him. Person comes over to help Ceballos. Going inside, and David Robinson are going to get the offensive foul call.
That time Ceballos a little out of control.
His first foul gives the ball back to the Spurs, who have a chance to get that lead back up to 8.
It was a little intriguing on that play. We probably didn't get it on tape, but Rodman made a great rotation on Divac, stopped him cold, and that forced the ball back outside, forced Ceballos to make a tough move, and he picked up the charge.
He just said something to his coach that had Bob Hill chuckling over there.
Probably reminded him of that rotation, said, I need more minutes.
Rodman brings it back out to Elliott. David Robinson, 10 left in the shot clock. Oh, almost turned the ball over. Now gets it back to Avery Johnson. Time running out on the clock. Avery Johnson, quick move inside. No, Rodman keeps it alive. And finally goes out of bounds with it. Sprawling into the sideline. It's amazing how often he gets a hand on a ball, even if he doesn't come away with a rebound.
What an effort on that play.
And nobody knows better than you, Chuck. You had him in Detroit, and you always call him the most interesting player you ever had in your entire coaching career.
Interesting, intriguing, whatever you want. He can win you 5 to 10 games without scoring a basket.
David Robinson will get a trip to the free throw line. Take another look at how many touches Dennis Rodman has in this sequence.
Here's one. Didn't get it. Got another touch. Another touch. Gets deflected. Runs it down. Tries to save it. Can't quite make it.
Touched it 4 times.
Right. Complete body abandonment. He gives up the body.
At the line, David Robinson. Vlade Divac in some foul trouble now. Divac just picked up his 4th personal. So he's going to have to come out, and Sam Bowie's going to have to come in, and Bowie is going to have to stop David Robinson here. 15 points tonight for Robinson. And 12 rebounds to go along with that. So Divac's out of the game. Rodman gets a breather. Robinson makes them both. 8 straight points now for the San Antonio Spurs. They're up by 7. Under 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Lynch, who's checked in for the Lakers, gets around Person. Person's going to be called for the foul. Took Person's 3rd foul. Here's a movie premiere that's coming next month on TNT from the network that brought you Geronimo. The story of the warrior who fought to unite the tribes into an unstoppable army. Be the first to see Tecumseh when it premieres Sunday, June 4th here on TNT. Eddie Jones, no. Rebound Robinson, and number 13 for David Robinson. Avery Johnson distributes to Chuck Person, and Person gets the shot off the glass, his first field goal of the game.
Rebound
up by 9.
Rebound and run, and they're really pushing the ball. Get some easy baskets.
They have scored the last 10 points in this 3rd quarter. Lakers again running into one of those stretches, and we've seen this happen to them a couple of times in this series, but they just can't find a hot hand out there. Van Exel trying to change that. Takes a little punishment. J.R. Reed called for it. His 2nd foul. We are in Game 6 of the Great Western Forum. San Antonio trying to wrap up this series. And they lead the Lakers now 73-64. Pete Van Wern, Chuck Daly with you. As Nick Van Exel goes to the line. Warren Moon, our sideline commentator tonight.
Van Exel realizing this is an old guard, a good head, realizing they were really in a struggle to get something on the board, takes it to the basket. He looked off everybody, gets to the line, gets one, the first one. Let's see if he gets the second.
He is 9 out of 10 from the free throw line. 73-66, Spurs up by 7. Under a minute to go, 3rd quarter. Lakers need some stops and some scores here. And another illegal D. That has been hurting them all night long. That's the 5th illegal defense call against the Lakers tonight.
And starting to add up. That time they put Elliott in the corner on the ball side with the screen and roll, and it changed the rotation, and there was confusion on the part of the Lakers.
Elliott. A big first half. And just scored his 20th point. His playoff high this year has been 22. He has never scored more than 24 in any playoff game. So he's on his way to one of his career best playoff performances here tonight. 74-66. Over to Sean Elliott again. That's a three-point basket for Sean Elliott.
Great execution. Comes off the screen and roll. Hits JR. Then he kicks it to the weak side. Sean Elliott spotted up. Position he loves.
Gives the Spurs their biggest lead. They lead by 11. Van Exel along the baseline. Comes up short. Robinson pulls away the rebound. This ball foul's going to go against the Lakers.
You talk about an effort. David Robinson realizing there's a possible kill here. Really aggressive on this rebound. Take a look. There's Sean Elliott on the previous play. That three-pointer.
Elliott tonight 8 points in the first quarter, 7 points in the second quarter, 8 points in the third quarter. A very consistent night.
Watch this rebound. That's an aggressive left hand. He takes the punish route, going to the line.
And making the free throws. 7 straight from the line tonight for David Robinson.
Yeah, 17 seconds to go, and Del Harris has got to be concerned right now. Down 13 points.
Especially after you came back and took a 1-point lead. Right now, San Antonio has turned up that defense. They are beginning to smell it a little bit as the third quarter nears an end. Campbell inside to Sam Bowie, and Bowie's first points of the night. A 16-4 run, and the ball's going to go back to the Lakers. A line violation underneath.
Yeah, J.R. Reed got a little bit anxious there and stepped over the line. Hugh Holland's right on top of the play. Could give the Lakers another opportunity.
And could give them a little extra momentum as the third quarter comes to an end. Right underneath Sam Bowie, getting a hand in Sean Elliott. Great defensive play by Sean Elliott, who has been the offensive star of the night for San Antonio. And with a wide open Sam Bowie underneath Elliott, a savior on defense.
Great hands right on the ball. Sam Bowie, he wanted a foul. No such thing.
The San Antonio Spurs have their biggest lead of the night as quarter number 3 comes to an end at the Great Western Forum. It's 79-68 Spurs.
There's a place where the humidity can be so thick you can practically cut it with a knife. And spaghetti sauce flies through the air with wild abandon. It's the Dutch Boy Paint Testing Facility, where we put Dutch Boy kitchen and bath paint through over 70 tests to be sure it resists moisture, peeling, and even staining. All to make sure that when you buy Dutch Boy, you're not just getting a paint that looks beautiful. You're getting a paint that lasts. We guarantee it. Give your home the lasting look of Dutch Boy.
Some things in life you have to wait for. A car of your dreams shouldn't be one of them. The Chevy Camaro. 2 airbags, fuel-injected V6, anti-lock brakes. It's $14,995 worth of genuine Chevrolet.
In a few weeks, this shipment of the hottest, coolest, newest footwear will be arriving at every athletic shoe store in America.
Except one, Foot Locker. Why? Because Foot Locker's already got it. Hey, if you're looking for the latest stuff, why go someplace that gets it late? Foot Locker gets it faster, so you get it faster. Because life's too short to wait too long. Look for the new Nike Catawba at the place that's got them right now. It's the only place that will ever have them. Foot Locker.
Today, millions of Americans are running faster with the same size engines and farther on the same amount of fuel. Millions have discovered the patented advantages of the split-fire spark plug, a difference that delivers on every stroke of every piston. 5 extra horsepower by merely installing these plugs, a 4.8% gain in mileage. If you're not running the split-fire, you're probably behind someone who is. Split-fire, more power and more mileage, or your money back.
All sorts of celebrities, as you might expect, here at the Forum tonight. Glenn Fry, Jack Nicholson in his customary seat along the sideline, as is Diane Cannon. They hardly ever miss a Laker game. John Lovitz is loving it. We're in the fourth quarter. Magic Johnson looking a little concerned. Al Davis hardly misses any games here at the Forum when he's in town. Norm Nixon also here. This was a tough ticket tonight.
Yeah, there was a lot of excitement in town, and we're down to one quarter.
And the Lakers are going to send this one to a Game 7. They need to get something going early here against San Antonio. It's gotten a little friskier defensively. Evan Campbell working on Robinson. Nothing there. Sends it across. It comes over to Van Exel for three. Not this time. Rebound. Battle for and pulled away by Chuck Person. Bench has done a great job for the Spurs tonight too, Chuck.
Yeah, they have. Particularly the first half. We're seeing really more of their bench right now. It'll be interesting to see if they can hold the lead.
Person from deep downtown. Rebound Eldon Campbell. Out to Van Exel. San Antonio, good job getting back on defense. They've allowed nothing early from the Laker offense tonight. Eddie Jones fall-away jumper. He cans it. His fourth point. Lakers get the first two of quarter number 4, but they still trail by 9.
Bob Hill starting to get a little bit concerned because you want your bench to hold serve, try to stay in the game. They've got Robinson on the floor, and that's a good option.
They go to David, and he's rattled. Spurs turn the ball over. You can almost see a little bit of this at the end of the third quarter, Chuck. It's like some of the Spurs players getting a little too anxious to control this game.
Yeah, they got to be careful about momentum.
They turn the ball over at the end of the third quarter, and now they have an early turnover here in the fourth. Campbell. Lynch. Drills the three. George Lynch has 7.
All of a sudden,
Lakers are right back in it.
Shot 5 off of it.
Doc Rivers trying to hit David Robinson. Rivers says, my fault.
Lynch has all kind of time, measures it, and then they get the turnover from Doc Rivers. And Bob Hill's got to be saying, whoa.
Lakers have scored the last 7 points in this game. Lynch. Down to Campbell. Backing in on David Robinson. Turnaround. Jay over Robinson. Eldon Campbell. 17 points. Timeout, San Antonio.
We made history on the American road. Now we're looking to the future. Introducing the new Ford Explorer. The top-selling compact sport utility that has standard dual airbags, as well as the roomiest interior, plus the one with the highest quality of any American compact sport utility. The new Ford Explorer. Far and away, the best the world has to offer.
Mason inbound, lobs it in, stolen by Miller. He backs up, puts up a three. It's good. Miller has tied the game.
Kenny holding. He'll go low to Olajuwon. Spin for the baseline. Come back with a jump. Oh, good. Beautiful touch. Olajuwon.
Now he's going to have to try to chase him down. He steals the ball. He backs it ahead of Hardaway. 2-on-1. Horace. Slam. Oh, my goodness. You got to love it. Welcome to the playoffs.
Tonight's Dutch boy in the paint. The rebounding battle being won by the Spurs. Sean Elliott, Cedric Ceballos, both having big nights tonight after fairly quiet playoff performances thus far.
Yeah, San Antonio, 2 turnovers the last 3 possessions. That'll put you in trouble. For the night, LA scored 16 points off a turnover. San Antonio only 4.
The Spurs have let the Lakers back in the game. The Lakers have gotten the crowd back in the game. 9:49 to go. Robinson. There's the double. He sends it across to Avery Johnson. 4 left in the shot clock. Sean Elliott. That's a career playoff high of 26 points now for Sean Elliott.
A great swing of the basketball, and Bob Hill says, I'm going back to the metal. I'm bringing in Avery Johnson. I'm bringing Sean Elliott back in here. We can't let this one slip away.
Those were the first points in the fourth quarter for the Spurs. Campbell to Lynch. Lynch inside.
J.R.E. tried to step in and take
his third.
Picks up his third.
Number 7 for Sean.
Sean Elliott, a 26-point night at the line. George Lynch. He has 7 points tonight, including a big 3-point basket in this quarter. Up next and inside the NBA, Sonics coach George Karl will join Tim Brando in the studios. Highlights of all of tonight's games and a preview of Game 6 in that Indiana-New York series tomorrow night. 82-77, San Antonio, a 5-point lead, a lot of time left. Over Bowie. David Robinson, 19 points in the night. Back to a 7-point lead. Eddie Jones down to Eldon Campbell. 5 left in the shot clock. Campbell misfires. The tip no good by Lynch. J.R.E. couldn't get the shot to fall. Rebound pulled away by Jones.
Almost too open. You say, how can I be this open? Take too much time. Some guys can measure it. And Reed's a good shooter facing, but that time he couldn't get it done.
Inside to Campbell, back to Sam Bowie. Bowie had it blocked by Robinson, but Eldon Campbell is there for the putback.
That's that outside pick and roll they were so successful with in the last game in the first half. Haven't gone to it much tonight. They'll get a good shot out of it.
For Eldon Campbell, 84-79. 7:42 the time left in the game. Robinson. All the way to the baseline. No. Rebound Bowie. And Nick Van Exel quickly gets the ball down to the Lakers. Takes it all the way into the paint. Dishing outside. Eddie Jones for 3.
And these Lakers, they just keep coming back. Bowie goes up, gets it blocked. But Campbell right there to put it back in, slams it home.
And this three-pointer by Eddie Jones makes it a 2-point game.
And that's Van Exel all the way. Penetration, kicking.
7:20 the time left. Eddie Jones in the first half only 1 of 8 from the field, but he's been an igniter here in this fourth quarter. He has hit both of his field goal efforts, one of them from the 3-point territory.
Now Van Exel looks like he's struggling with his back. He got hurt earlier in the series, and they're saying to him, look, it doesn't bother him right here though. Great penetration, knows where Eddie Jones is, nails the 3. That's Van Exel's 11th assist of the night.
You can see that back is
holding his back
just a little bit though.
He got bumped when he drove into the pack there, got knocked off stride, and he's hurting right now. And Del Harris is saying, what do you want to do? You want to play?
Sometimes they treat back pain with sound waves. Maybe the sound here in this building will be enough to cure it.
The decibels high.
84-82 San Antonio. Avery Johnson and Bob Hill talking it over. Rodman inbounds it to Johnson. Vlade Divac is checked back in for the Lakers. He's playing with 4 fouls. back outside, and whose ball is it?
No, Hugh Hollins is coming over and saying, I want to talk about it. I see it the other way.
Hugh Hollins and Dan Crawford discussing it. This is a big moment in this quarter.
Let's take a look.
It belongs to the Lakers.
They got it right.
A lot of hands reaching in, but the last hand that touched it belonged to San Antonio's David Robinson.
Get a week's worth of action every Saturday night. Check out TNT's Saturday Nitro.
I had this dream. I retired. It's time for me to move away from the game of basketball. I became a weak-hitting AA outfielder with a below-average arm. I had a $16 meal per diem. I rode from small town to small town on a bus. And then I returned to the game I loved. I shot 7 for 28. Can you imagine it? Nah.
Son of a gun protectant. Nothing works better on your car's leather, vinyl, and rubber. It can turn just about anything into a great-looking car.
Nice car. What, this pile of junk?
Give it the gun with Son of a Gun. And now give your tires a quick kick with One-Step Tire Care.
Yo, Mars Blackman here, up after a bad dream. I dreamt money retired.
It's time for me to move away from the game of basketball.
Then he became a baseball player who had trouble with the vicious AA curveball. My room was filled with Birmingham Barons souvenirs. We did a baseball commercial with Mr. Nike together. Then he returned. Gave my beloved Knicks a double nickel. Can you imagine that? Nah.
The Lakers have got some people hurting. Let's go to Warren Moon with an injury update. Warren.
I just talked with the Lakers trainer, Gary Beatty, and he told me that Nick Van Exel is experiencing those same chronic back spasms that he's had throughout this playoffs and throughout the season. He's going to try and let him go as long as he can because he feels like if he sits him down right now, his back will stiffen up. So he's going to go as long as he can. Knowing the type of heart this guy has, I think he'll try and last this game out. Back to you, Pete.
The Lakers down by only 2.
And if you're Bob Hill and the Spurs, you've got to challenge Van Exel when you can.
He's swinging the ball down now for the Lakers. Over to Eddie Jones. Elden Campbell with Robinson on him. Boy, look at that team the Lakers have on the court now. Look how young they are. Vlade Divac's about the most experienced player out there. Ian Campbell. Vlade Divac has just picked up his 5th foul.
And we've talked about it time and time again. The Los Angeles Lakers, average age 26.1, youngest team in the playoffs.
And that group out on the court right now includes a rookie, a second-year player. 2 second-year players. George Lynch also in the court. And Divac and Campbell in their 6th and 5th year, respectively. Dennis Rodman's little baseline J goes. He's got 12. And the Spurs back up by 4. Rodman 6 of 7 from the field, but 4 of those 6 have been on offensive boards. Closing in on the halfway mark of the 4th quarter, San Antonio up by 4. And they're going to call the foul on Robinson. Now he's got 4.
Here's a late pick and roll. Here comes Rodman. Avery leaves a little bit early, doesn't come close, but he gets into Rodman. Rodman does what he doesn't want to do, and that's shoot the basketball.
You'll see defenses ignore him a lot because they don't think he's going to shoot it, but that time he couldn't avoid it. As close to the hoop as he was. Elden Campbell, no, battling for his own miss. Ball still loose. Rodman got a hand down there. Loose ball whistled by Bernie Fryer.
This is back-to-back rebounds for Rodman right there, hustling Draws the foul by hustling after a rebound. Think he wants to win?
That's all he wants to do. Second foul on Lynch. 86-82. San Antonio by 4. 5:40 left. Robinson. From outside, David Robinson hits the field goal. He has 21 points. The Spurs lead it by 6. Anytime the Lakers have made that run to get themselves back even with San Antonio, the Spurs have regrouped. Campbell working on Robinson. The rebound comes out deep. Nick Van Exel comes away with it out near midcourt. Sam Bowie getting ready to check back in for the Lakers. Under 5 minutes. Campbell over Rodman. He has come up empty his last 3 trips. And Rodman with his 13th rebound. You've got 2 members of the All-NBA defensive first team, and Rodman and Robinson out there, and they're showing you why in the middle minutes of this fourth quarter. Avery Johnson losing it, getting it back near midcourt. 6 left in the shot clock. Dishing underneath to Rodman. Rebound pulled away by Elden Campbell. Rodman is called for his 4th foul. Team foul number 3 against San Antonio. And the Lakers are going to call a timeout here. Spurs have got that lead back up to 6 with 4:21 to go.
There are a lot of reasons why we created Ford Windstar to be the only leading minivan that combines standard dual airbags, 5-mile-an-hour bumpers, and standard anti-lock brakes. Many reasons for giving Windstar secure handling and making it longer for a smoother ride. We could acquaint you with some of these reasons, but why wake them up? Ford Windstar, created for the most important people in the world.
It was a great night. Not just because they hit the home run, but because so many people were there to witness breaking the record.
Call now to own the Hank Aaron Chasing the Dream collector set, featuring the Chasing the Dream video, Hank Aaron's heroic story of achieving his dream, a collectible phone card, and a Hank Aaron signature hat and jersey. This exclusive collection is yours for only $59.98. Call 1-800-887-3737 or send $59.98 plus shipping and handling to the address on your screen.
Come on, pick it up. It's the playoffs. You gotta put some heart in it. Let's go. All the other teams are turning up, and that's so we gotta turn it up. It's a whole new season now. You gotta be a chance to cover these guys. Streeter, I expect more out of you. Now move.
Nobody covers the playoffs like TNT. With over 30 games in 30 nights, expert analysis, and live bonus coverage of other matchups. So when it comes to postseason intensity,
nobody knows the playoffs like TNT.
The Laker girls trying to keep the Forum crowd enthusiastic as the Lakers have now fallen behind San Antonio by 6. The Spurs trying to wrap up this series. 2 of these games already have gone into overtime. David Robinson has been a big factor in this entire series. Nick Van Exel has been a big factor in the 2 wins by the Lakers.
And right now we look at the foul situation. Divac has 5, Robinson 4, Rodman 4.
Each team with 2 fouls to give yet in this fourth quarter with 4:21 to go. It is Ceballos, Van Exel, Campbell, Bowie, and Peeler out there now for the Lakers. Rivers, Johnson, Rodman, Robinson, and Sean Elliott for the Spurs. Elliott's already hit a career-high 26 points tonight. Campbell over Robinson.
That time he got his shoulder into Robinson, drove him back, stepped back, got the shot, and he also wanted to foul. Look at Hugh Hollins.
21 points now for Elden Campbell. Lakers back within 4. Robinson trying for a little payback on the other end. No basket. He traveled.
Got David Robinson for the hop. Do we have it?
Down to 3:40 left to go. Lakers within 4. They've been going to this guy whenever they've needed offense in the first half or second half. Campbell's been the guy that's brought him back. Not that time. Rebound off of who? Hugh Hollins wants help. Bernie Fryer says the ball still belongs to the Lakers. Bob Hill doesn't agree.
Doc Rivers came bouncing out of there. He wanted an offensive foul. Thought he could act it out. Did not get the call.
So a fresh 24 on the clock. It'll be inbounded by Cedric Ceballos, who had one brief flurry in the third quarter. But has been quiet since. Exel will take it in himself high off the glass. Rebound pulled away by Rodman. That's 14 boards for Dennis Rodman. And the way he and Robinson have defended and controlled the boards in this game has been the difference.
Rodman made this call. He wants this screen right here. Roll. Goes back to him. And he makes the play to Robinson.
David Robinson now with 23 points. Nick Van Exel bringing the ball down after hitting those two huge baskets in Game 5 to tie it and win it. He's only 2 of 12 from the field tonight. He does, however, have 11 assists. But right now the Lakers can't find a hot hand.
And Rodman giving no second shots to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Spurs now up by 6. Robinson will get a trip to the free throw line with this.
And Robinson is calling the offensive plays. He wants this play every single time. Set that pick. Let Robinson dive. That time he goes to the line.
Orlando wrapped it up tonight. Houston taking Phoenix to a Game 7 over the weekend. And we'll see highlights of both of those games along with this one and Inside the NBA, as well as a preview of the Indiana-New York Game 6 tomorrow night. Robinson doing something, if this continues for the final 2:14, I know is going to make his coach very happy, and that's finishing this game strong.
Yeah, take him to the conference finals, and he's had a very quiet night, but nice numbers.
Let's go to Warren Moon.
On the last time out during the Spurs huddle, every player on the Spurs team had something inspirational or motivational to say to their team. They stressed defense in that huddle, and they talked about David Robinson taking on Eldon Campbell by himself, even though he has 4 fouls. They told him, just move your feet, big fella, and keep your hands up, and you'll be okay.
Robinson blocked the shot, but they're going to call him for a foul. That's his 5th. They got to be careful here. An 8-point lead with 1:58 is not a sure thing.
No, they've both learned, both teams have learned, you've got to play all 48 minutes because so much can happen down the stretch. 1:58 is a lifetime in the NBA, and that time Divac kept working across the lane, kept his dribble, finally drew the foul.
First trip to the free throw line for Vlade Divac tonight, and that has not been a happy place for him in this series.
Foul shooting has been a problem for the Lakers.
Divac during the regular season a 78% free throw shooter. But in this series, Divac's only shooting at about 63%.
That's the second.
13 points for Divac, a 7-point Spurs lead. Spurs hoping to wrap this one up and await the winner of the Phoenix-Houston series.
Lakers went to a trap, and now they've got the clock down at 7. Doc Rivers going to have to make something happen.
Avery Johnson from the corner. That's not the shot they wanted. Rodman gets the rebound, calls the timeout. He's beginning to smell it, isn't he, Coach?
He's looking over this way. He knows it.
This might remind him of a feeling he had once before.
In a few weeks, this shipment of the hottest, coolest, newest footwear will be arriving at every athletic shoe store in America.
Except one, Foot Locker. Why? Because Foot Locker's already got it. Hey, if you're looking for the latest stuff, why go someplace that gets it late? Foot Locker gets it faster, so you get it faster. Because life's too short to wait too long. Look for the new Nike Catawba at the place that's got them right now. It's the only place that will ever have them. Foot Locker.
Jeff Weaver got his big break by playing the Monopoly game at McDonald's. A cruise for 2 on the Big Red Boat, plus air travel on United Airlines. Just eat, play, win. That's what Erica Galarza and Bradley Beerley did. But hurry, game pieces are almost gone. Millions are getting their big breaks by playing the Monopoly game at McDonald's. Just eat, play, win. That's what Faith Jaguar, Bien View, Erica Anderson, and Clay Timmons did, and there's still great prizes left, like a Zenith home entertainment system. But hurry, game pieces are almost gone.
Timex Indigo Nightlight. No woman should be without one.
San Antonio perhaps a minute and 33 seconds away from wrapping up this series.
There's a case. Rodman wanted to pick and roll that time, but watch what happens while it goes the other way. Watch him work inside. Fight Divac off, ends up with a rebound, decides to call a timeout, which leaves San Antonio with only 2 timeouts.
1:33 to go here at the Great Western Forum. The Lakers have made 2 strong runs at the Spurs tonight, grabbing the lead on a couple of occasions by a point. But that was as far as the San Antonio Spurs would let them go. Picking up his 5th foul.
Let's take a look at it here. He pushes Divac off, tries to push him in. Not a good foul. Not a good foul. They had clock. They had 23 seconds on the clock with the lead. Now they give the Lakers a little daylight.
Divac, Rodman playing with 5, has to be careful. Whistle. Offensive foul. It's on Vlade Divac, and he is fouled out.
He predetermined what he wanted to do. He took the ball and went right to the basket. I don't think there's any question about the call. Here he goes. He's going no matter what. And David Robinson is standing there. He had position flat out.
Got to be careful you don't get yourself caught too far under the basket sometimes on that. And Robinson did not. He kept himself out between the player on the way in the path of the basket. So Divac's out of the game with 13 points. And the season may be about to run out for the LA Lakers. Vlade Divac's a very frustrated guy over on that sideline.
Well, the Lakers are trying to trap out of this defense, and they'll try to move the ball, kill clock, try to get a good shot, putting Rodman in.
Down to 6 seconds in the shot clock. David Robinson nails the jumper. He has hit for 10 fourth-quarter points out of the 15 points that have been scored by San Antonio in this quarter. And they have upped their lead now to 94-85 with just over a minute remaining. San Antonio almost there.
In the heat of the night's new home is TNT.
We changed the way you saw the world. Now we've made a world of changes. Introducing the new Ford Explorer, the top-selling compact sport utility with standard dual airbags. The one with control track 4-wheel drive for instant traction control automatically. Plus an engine that lets you go 100,000 miles before your first tune-up. The new Ford Explorer, far and away the best the world has to offer.
It is 94-85, San Antonio, 9 points up with 1:02 to go, and perhaps just 1:02 away from wrapping up this Western Conference Semifinal series and awaiting the winner of Game 7 in the Houston-Phoenix series, which will take place this weekend on NBC. And you're starting to see that confidence in the faces of the San Antonio Spurs. Don't forget tomorrow night here on TNT, another Game 6. The Indiana Pacers back home against the New York Knicks.
Yeah, huge game, and Indiana, the pressure's really on them to win because they don't want to go back to New York for a 7th game.
The LA Lakers, even if they're unable to stage a remarkable comeback in this game, have really taken some giant steps back toward respectability this year.
An amazing season. A little expected of them, and they just get coming on. They drafted, got some young players, particularly Jones and Van Exel. They had some savvy around. They got size. Eldon Campbell came into his own, become a huge post-up player. They've got a very bright future in the West.
Ceballos will inbounds it. Nick Van Exel is going to try to make some magic happen again from outside, but it's not there tonight. He is now just 2 of 13 from the field. And with under a minute to go now, the San Antonio Spurs get the clock stopped as Van Exel reaches in and commits the foul. But the Spurs have won this one. They've done it by same way that they were the 62-win team during the regular season. Outstanding rebounding, outstanding defense.
And they've got a real go-to guy, obviously, David Robinson, who sometimes looks like he's playing effortlessly, but is able to score and put up big numbers, both from the rebounding standpoint and offensively.
Nice gesture here by Del Harris. Nick Van Exel has been so big for the Lakers in these playoffs. With this one now lost, he comes out of the game after playing every minute of it until now. At least he's able to hear that applause from the crowd. All the Lakers can do now is look on and wonder, what if? Van Exel, what if I had made a few more outside shots? Vlade Divac, what if I hadn't gotten in foul trouble so early?
What if I'd have made those 2 free throws?
Yes. That was back in game 2.
But nevertheless, San Antonio on the way to winning this game, winning the series 4-2, seemed to be able to turn it up when they had to, dominate where they had to. They got huge games inside tonight. Rodman and Robinson.
Now Eldon Campbell comes out to a round of applause. He had a 21-point night. What a series he had. He averaged about 17 points a game throughout the 6-game series. David Robinson making them both. He's got 12 points in this final quarter and 29 points on the night. And it's now a 96-85 lead. There's a 3-pointer by Tony Smith, who just checked in for his first minute. All the way down the court to David Robinson for 2 more. And the San Antonio Spurs are headed to the Western Conference Finals. They will play the winner of Game 7 between Phoenix and Houston, which goes back to America West Arena in Phoenix over the weekend.
This is a nice advantage for San Antonio. They're going to get a little extra rest going into that series with whoever wins.
Cedric Ceballos coming out. 16 points for Ceballos tonight, but again, that pattern holding, Chuck, when he doesn't score 20, the Lakers don't win.
That's the theme, and it's something that I'm sure they're going to address in the offseason. Robinson, the only Spur to score 12 points since the 6-10 mark.
And David Robinson coming out of the game with 29 points. Still a few seconds left. The Spurs send Avery Johnson to the line now. This guy's done a good job with the Spurs all season long. A well-traveled player, a player who you hardly ever hear mentioned when they talk about the top point guards in the league, but he's done a dandy job for this club this year.
He really has. He pushes the ball. He's making much better decisions. He's got people he can give the ball to, and he's become a terrific point guard. A real great, terrific story for all players who want to hang him.
Tony Smith again from out in 3-point territory. Rebound pulled away by Sean Elliott. And the time will run off on the clock and on the Lakers season. But they put up a valiant battle, one that their fans appreciate here at the Forum. But it'll be the San Antonio Spurs advancing to the Western Conference Finals after a 100-88 victory over the Los Angeles Lakers. The Spurs win the best-of-7 series, 4-2, and now they get to rest a little bit as they await the outcome of the Houston-Phoenix series, which goes to a Game 7, and you'll see that one on NBC over the weekend. Spurs winning at 100-88. Big nights tonight for a lot of San Antonio Spurs. David Robinson, one of them. He saved his best for last. He wound up with 14 fourth-quarter points, a 31-point effort on the night. He had 15 rebounds. He also had big nights from J.R. Reed off the bench. He scored 8. Sean Elliott, a career-high 26 points. But one of the other main cogs, and he has been all season long in the season for the San Antonio Spurs, Dennis Rodman, and he's with Warren Moon right now.
Dennis, you got to be ecstatic. You guys won this series. It was a tough series. You got to give the Lakers a lot of credit for the way they battled you.
Well, the Lakers are great. They're going to be a great team. They're going to be a hell of a team. But we have to keep our emotion. We got to keep our composure and play basketball. That's all it's all about. Have a good time. And if you don't do that, it's not worth a damn. You know.
You told some people that you thought it might be a 7th game. You surprised you guys were able to wrap it up right here in 6?
Well, history would recall itself. It's a 7 game. But today the guys came out with a control, composure. And, hey, we had a good time. Well, I'll tell you one damn thing. For the people in San Antonio, now your ass can party, okay? Now you can party. You reach that at 3rd level, now it's your time to go kick some ass.
You guys really controlled the boards tonight, especially you in the 4th quarter. You guys denied them any second shots.
Oh, hell, that's my job. I love to go in there and bang heads. Something's going to happen, but, hey, most of the time, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. And just got to take my hats off to these guys. They held their poise. And, hey, it's time to go kick somebody's ass. Houston, Phoenix, let's go.
Great job tonight. Good luck in the 2nd round. Back to you, Pete.
Okay, thank you, Warren. Congratulations to Dennis Rodman, our Budweiser player of the game tonight. Sean Elliott, a playoff career high, 26 points, 9 of 18 from the field. And Sean, your shooting had been a little bit off in the early games in this series. It had to be a great feeling to find that touch again tonight.
Well, you know, when your shooting's off, coach will tell you, a million people are going to come and tell you what's wrong with your game. And the biggest thing is I was thinking, and I shouldn't have been thinking. And that's what Dennis told me. You told him a long time ago. Don't think, and it was absolutely right. I mean, when I was catching the ball today, I felt good. I felt in my rhythm. And when a shooter gets in his rhythm, he's going to knock shots down.
Your club is a very emotional club when it's going right. And when you're emotional, you're a very good basketball team. You had a couple games in the series you came in very flat because you didn't seem to respect the Lakers. Maybe the regular season had something to do with it.
I think so. I think we thought they were a team that we could just walk through. And it's not going to be like that in the playoffs, and you know that. It's going to be tough. Everybody's going to battle. They weren't going to come to San Antonio and just lay down for us to walk over them. And we have to learn that.
Now you've got a little time off. That's got to help you in preparation. The important thing is you've got to come back emotionally because the other two clubs have got to play their 7th game this Sunday.
And it gives us some rest. So hopefully those guys will go double or triple overtime, wear their legs out, and we'll be there to clean up the mess.
Sean, do you have any preference, or does your team have any preference to who it'll be, Houston or Phoenix?
We really don't. No, we just want the victor, whoever comes out of that series, to be worn down and beat up.
Okay, well, Sean Elliott, congratulations on a great game, and congratulations to the entire San Antonio Spurs team. The Spurs are in the Western Conference Finals after a 100-88 victory over the Lakers. Let's go back to Atlanta now. Here is Ernie Johnson.
All right, thank you very much, Pete. The Spurs advanced to the Western Final for the first time since the 1982-83 season, and what a role these guys have been on over the last 32 games, of course, including the regular season. They have won 28 of those. So they're in the Western Conference Final, awaiting the winner of the Phoenix-Houston series. Those reigning champs, the Rockets, beat them at the Summit tonight, 116-103, forcing a decisive Game 7 on Saturday. You can see it on NBC. They'll play that one at America West. In the Eastern Conference, the end of the line for Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls as Orlando beat them 108-102 tonight. And so Orlando is into the Eastern Conference Final to face the winner of the other series, Indiana and New York. They'll play Game 6 tomorrow night on TNT. The winner of that one gets the Orlando Magic for the Eastern Conference crown. Coming up next, it's Inside the NBA. Tim Brando is your host, and he has got a guest who can speak eloquently to the unpredictable nature of the Western Conference playoffs, I would say. Timmy?
Absolutely. George Karl, the head coach of the Seattle Supersonics, go figure. I mean, you just have to say, go figure. That's what the story has been in the playoffs out west. We'll talk about the wild and wacky West. One of the stars for the outstanding, victorious San Antonio Spurs will join us, and we'll break down that win for the Orlando Magic. All of that on Inside the NBA, Ernie.
All right, thank you, Tim. Boy, it seems like only 5.5 hours ago that George and I were talking on the pregame show. Jason Kidd and Grant Hill were our guests tonight. They'll be back again tomorrow night as we bring you Indiana and New York here on TNT. Once again, the Lakers falling to the Spurs. It's all over. The Spurs are into the Western Conference Final. We'll send it back to Pete and Chuck at the Great Western Forum right after this.
Has the life drained out of your living room? Then why not have a Butterfinger Blast? One bite of that crispity,
Crispity!
crunchity,
Crunchity!
peanut buttery taste explosion will shatter your senses.
Well, that's it for bingo.
Try one and you'll insist. Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger from Nestle.
100% cotton, wrinkle-free Dockers. Pants so soft, they shrug off wrinkles.
The NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by Beechwood Aged Budweiser. For a taste you'll find in no other beer at any price. It's always been true. This Bud's for you. By Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by Nike, who encourages you to participate in the lives of America's youth.
Well, this series ended here tonight at the Great Western Forum. San Antonio beating the LA Lakers by a score of 100-88. And a big step forward for this franchise, Chuck, who have not been to a conference final in 12 years.
Yeah, they did it on the road. And that's got to feel good. When the other guy is building and in the series, got to give you a lot of confidence. They have a lot of bases covered. They've got outside shooting, a terrific point guard. They've got great rebounding, and they've got a go-to guy. They're going to be a force and could be the club to come out of the West.
And what they also have right now is a day off while they await the winner of the Houston-Phoenix series, who will be their opponent in the Western Conference Finals. Don't forget, tomorrow night here on TNT, it'll be Game 6 between the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. Indiana up 3-2 in that series beginning at 8 o'clock. Coming up next, it's Inside the NBA. David Robinson will join Tim Brando and Sonics coach George Karl. For Warren Moon and Chuck Daly, Pete Van Wieren from the Forum in LA. The final score, San Antonio 100, the Lakers 88. San Antonio wins the series 4-2. Good night, everyone.
This has been a presentation of Turner Sports.